For local news, sports, and entertainment in Fairfield and Westchester counties. Live from McCarty Stadium on the campus of Notre Dame of Fairfield. It's high school football on the HAN Network. Good afternoon, everyone. With Mike Suppe, I'm Rob Adams, and today the Weston Trojans open their 2015 season against the Notre Dame of Fairfield Lancers, and you're just in time for the opening kickoff on this overcast, cloudy Saturday afternoon. And getting ready, Mike, to get this one started. Good afternoon to you.
How's it going, Rob? Good to be here.
Yeah, good to see you, and away we go as the blue and gold of Weston kicked the ball off with a low line drive. It bounced around and is picked up right over on the near sideline. We're a little low set today, so we might be a hair delayed on the down markers, but we'll get it for you all straight. Looks like it's right around the 32-yard line as they covered up right there. So Notre Dame of Fairfield ready to get their season started. They'll move from left to right.
Yeah, both teams looking to get this early season win here. Obviously, they want to start off strong, and both teams with a chance to get off to a good start here.
They'll set up on the near side hash. Running in the spread, as I mentioned, from left to right with a receiver to each side on first down, looking like the Trojans are going to blitz, and instead the Trojans are going to get quickly flagged.
Probably not the way they drew up their first defensive snap of the season.
No, George Getz, the defensive back, looking to blitz, stepped just across the line for a 5-yard encroachment. So that will cost them 5. We have to also keep our eyes open for any errant passes and things like that. Notre Dame of Fairfield's McCarty Stadium, a little low slung in that you're very close to the sideline as well. So now a 1st and 5 play at the 31-yard line. They'll try a handoff with a loose ball and a turnover, and it's going the other way.
That was not going anywhere. That was a broken play from Jump Street there. Hakeem Fleming had a little trouble with the handle there, it looked like.
And it looked like, from what I could see, Daniel Santa Maria was among those celebrating, so he was a key cog right there on the quick turnover.
Second defensive snap a lot better for Weston than the first one, huh?
Yeah, that's for sure. So first turnover of the contest, and it comes a mere 7 seconds in. So now, offensively, out come the Weston Trojans. They'll move from right to left on first down. Play fake, and then over to the left side, climbing the ladder, and the ball dropped down near the goal line.
I always like that, taking a shot at the end zone after a big turnover. What can you lose there?
Quarterback junior Alexander Frubies throwing toward the left side, intended for 6'2" Jason Lawrence, the wide receiver. 2nd and 10. Ball closer to the far side hash. 14 seconds gone by, quarter number 1. Shotgun set. They'll hand it off the inside. Now they'll push it around the edge, and unable to get anything going was George Getz. And Getz is getting nowhere. He got pushed back for a loss. Kendrick Bollier made the stop, the senior.
Big play here for Notre Dame. They'd like to definitely get the stop in after the turnover deep in their own half.
An important note for you watching or listening, we remind you to keep an eye on your browser and reset it, refresh it if you have no audio. Just a little helpful hint for you. That's a little reminder that dates back to our HAN radio days. On third down, trying to run it off the play fake was Frubies, and he got set down near the 20-yard line. Beg your pardon, near the 30. Go ahead.
I would say Oba for Notre Dame all over that one.
So after the turnover, nothing cooking, and out comes the kicking team. And they needed a punter, and they've got it. Bobby Lummis will do the honors. The junior linebacker stands waiting, takes a low snap, moves off to his right as if he was going to fake, but then just spins it down near the goal line. It bounces around and heads into the end zone for a touchback. No score, 10:26 to go. We're in the first quarter, just settling in and warming up the seats on a 78-degree day in Fairfield.
got to think that Notre Dame probably be happy to get that, botched offensive first series to come out and get a 3-and-out there. It's good response from them.
A late flag came in. It is down near the 43-yard line. And it's Weston who committed the infraction. Notre Dame will decline it. So it'll be Lancer ball at their own 20. Underneath the production tent to our right, Eric Gendron directing today. Associate director is A.J. Szymanowski. Tracy Iazi running IT, and she is the guidance of the operation. First down now, rolling right. This is a low pass that is incomplete on the right side. Coverage on that near side from Scott Payton, as I believe it was intended, from what I could see, from number 21, Mike Bavino, the junior.
Brantley, the quarterback, short-armed that one a little bit.
2nd and 10. You know when it's opening day, when the scoreboard's a little off, they're still figuring out the down and distance and all, but everyone will get it straight. It's the opener here for these two teams. So on 2nd down, they'll try the ground with a big push to get a couple of yards.
Number 25, Fleming, up the middle for 5 yards.
It's a gain of 5.
Fleming, a 245-pound tailback, which you don't see too often in high school.
Just an extra note for you again to remind you, if you are watching and you're not getting any video, just refresh it, and it'll all come right back around. So everything good to go. Again, rolling left. This is Micah Brantley, and he can get really not a whole lot of distance there, Mike, as he tried to get near the 30.
It looked like design run play there on 3rd down.
But moved the chains, so it was better movement than I thought initially in a 1st down.
It's always tough with these lines here, too.
It is a fully lined field, but the hash marks are on the near side and the far side. They're on the sidelines. 3 receivers go out to the right. Now they're going to go back to the ground on a 1st down for the Lancers. It's a short gain off that left side. Looked like Bill Kelly, the senior, and that was the case. They announce him as William. We were talking about it before the game. He likes to go by Bill.
Bill is what I've heard. I got that on good authority.
Well, we've got a William on the crew today, and he goes by Bill as well. Bill Bloxsom is his name. 2nd and 7, high snap. Brantley goes to grab it. They're going to rough him up. Throw him way back. Among those on the stop, 6'2", Zachary Spencer, the linebacker, with a flag down. And you can probably hear, we are so close to the sideline. It's a sparse crowd, to be fair. You can hear coaches yelling. In this case, Weston's Chris Pace yelling, "Decline it, decline it."
Which would lead me to believe it's on Notre Dame.
Which would lead me to believe as well. And there it is. So that'll move it back quite a bit.
Prototypical 3rd down and forever here.
Yeah, seriously. All the way back deep to our left. Call it 3rd and 20. Shotgun set for Brantley. He's a freshman. Beg your pardon, he's a sophomore. And the handoff just pushes up the middle. Not a lot there once again, but they'll get some yardage. The point being they're well short of the 1st down. Back to Fleming they went, and the kicking team will come on.
Open up a little more room for the punter. Bavino, it looks to be.
Bavino will punt it away. No score, 8:26 to go, 1st quarter. George Getz is back to receive at his own 39. Now steps up near the 40. Here comes the punt. A low shanker. Got to keep an eye on this one, but Notre Dame surrounding it.
Looks like they left early, Notre Dame, on the kick there. Looks like it's going to be procedure.
It does. Let's see what they come out with. We get a good look at the Weston uniform right out in front of us from Bobby Lummis. That white top with the blue numbers, block style, with the gold drop shadow and the gold pants with the blue stripes down the side. The blue helmet in a matte navy with a gold number on the side.
Can't think of any real comparisons to, college level or pro level with these colors. It's unique.
Yeah.
Maybe Pitt? Old school Pitt?
Maybe
fans?
old school Pitt. Maybe.
A little too dark on the blue, though.
Yeah, I agree. It was that classic royal blue of the Dan Marino and Tony Dorsett days.
It's like a throwback New York Titans look.
Ah, great look. Looked like Weston jumped, and certainly they did. There's the flag. It goes to the right side. Dancing around with it is Lummis. As he gets near the 39. And we'll see about the call, but it seemed, and they are pointing toward Weston. No score, 7:55 to go in the first.
A lot of penalties so far.
Yeah.
First game jitters, maybe.
Maybe. As we watch Thomas Crumweedy come in off the near side, he'll go to the wide spot out to the right. As Notre Dame declines the penalty against, that's been another early theme, a lot of declined penalties.
Neither team finding a lot of room to do anything offensively. Probably smart to decline the penalties.
Yeah. Junior Matthew Oakes is the receiver wide to the left. The slot receiver, Scott Payton, on the near side. As Frubies looks things over. And according to the scoreboard, Mike, it's 8th down. Play action over the middle, and it's incomplete, intended for George Getz.
I will say the man operating the box had it at second, flipping to third. It is not 8th down.
I promise I am not mocking. It's just funny to see and just having a good laugh at it.
Maybe they heard you because they flipped it to the third.
Could be.
To third.
3rd and 10 at the 37. No score, 7:39, clock stopped, first quarter. Two teams trying to figure it out early on. Largely the same setup. 3 receivers out to the near side left. 1 goes to the right. Jumpy with Scott Payton. There's the flag.
Coaching staff's not going to like that one.
Nope, and he's going to come right out in favor of Jason Lawrence, the 6'2 junior.
Coaching staff telling him you should never jump as a receiver because all you have to do is watch the ball.
Well, frustration, and that flag walked off. So now 3rd and 15, back near the Weston 32. Between the hashes, waiting, Frubies takes it, looks left. Now he'll step up with pursuit, can run, still running, but thinking throw, he does, throws it high, and it rolls around and incomplete. Intended for Matthew Oakes, nearly picked off by Mike Bavino.
Bavino read that one out of the backfield. Kept his eyes on the quarterback and, faded with him the whole way he rolled out there.
And with all that said, kicking team comes out. Ball down to 32, and Lummis will kick it away. This is not the most impressive of starts to a football game as Lummis gets it away. It'll spin around. Now it takes a favorable roll, backing away as Daniel Santamarina comes down to down it with 7:14 to go in the first and no score.
So far, Lummis helping Weston win the battle of field position, and if anything else. 2 good punts so far from the junior.
Definitely can't hurt to have a good kicking game. First down for Notre Dame. They'll go from left to right, setting up on what would proverbially be the far side hash. There we go. With another flag down and off the edge around the right side comes Kelly. But again, this time it's holding against Notre Dame.
Both teams guilty of too many flags.
Yeah. No, a really ugly start. So with that, they'll walk off 10.
Holding on the Lancers will move the ball back 10 yards. The Lancers will repeat the first down.
So it'll be first down all over again, 1st and 20 as they move the ball way back.
Each team looking just to make something happen here, it seems like.
Yeah. Ball now on the near hash. Shovel pass goes far side, almost got ripped away, but off the left side it'll go for a couple of yards, and that's about it.
Dangerous play hemmed in your own end there with, a lateral flare like that almost.
So it'll bring up 2nd down in a scoreless game, 6:45 to go in the first quarter. Almost all the action is taking place at the opposite side of the field from our perspective.
Lucky us.
Waiting is Brantley for the snap. On 2nd down. Now they'll set up shop. Start winding the clock with 6.5 to go in the first quarter. A quarter in which neither team can figure this thing out so far. Long snap count. Now he takes it. Rolls to his right. Now he's going to tuck it away, run. He's got some running room to the far side. Now he's going to throw it. Man open, climbing the ladder and making the catch on the far sideline is Kyle Pavone. And the sophomore with the big gain and a big play by Micah Brantley, Mike, in that looked like he was going to tuck it, rolled to his right, moved back and threw it.
Yeah, he caught the defense off guard and delivers a strike, Brantley, down the field on a clothesline to Pavone for the first down of the game.
So it'll bring the ball out near the 44-yard line in Notre Dame territory. Play fake. Now they will go to the ground. And the inside handoff back near the line of scrimmage, but good pursuit right up the gap, Mike, to shut things down. A host of tacklers, including Chris Damon Brower, the senior defensive lineman.
Yeah, and you're going to want to try to gang up on Fleming with such size there. You got to, probably need 2 guys to take him.
2nd and 9, give him a gain of a yard at the Notre Dame 45-yard line. Still no score, 5.5 to go in the first. Shotgun snap, Brantley looking. Going to throw deep left, trying to put it over the shoulder, and unable to come up with it was Bavino. That pass a hair long, and it was intended with Crumweedy on the coverage.
Another nice throw from Brantley, just a little bit too much mustard on that one for Bavino. Couldn't lead him quite enough.
So now 3rd and 9 in a scoreless opening frame. Send a receiver out to the near side right. That's Ryan Cellini, the junior. Brantley takes it, looking, steps to his left. Now he'll tuck it, run around the left side with a push, and he's out of bounds. Now the markers are on our side of the field, which is
going to be close.
Yeah, it's a unique perspective, Mike, because so often I'm sitting in a press box or in the home stands, so it's a little different to look at things on this side. But it, as you said, going to come up about maybe even a good 1.5 yards shy. They're saying 4th and 3, in fact. Maybe it is a little more than I can say.
Yeah, I thought he was a lot closer there. It looks like maybe the side judge walked it in a little more from where I saw it.
So 4th and 3 it'll be, with 5:20 to go in the first. And they'll punt it away. Spinning down, it takes a friendly roll. Is it too friendly? It is.
Pavino trying to coffin corner it there, but it just squirted into the end zone past the dive of one of the gunners. I can't pick up the number.
I thought that was number 2, David Daria, the sophomore.
Correct.
5:10 to go, first quarter, no score. We told you about Eric, AJ, Tracy to our right, Josh Fisher tweeting, handling social media, and a lot of utility stuff. John Kovach on a camera, Shawn Saylor on a camera, Marty Hersam on another camera. Rocco Veluzzo being Rocco Veluzzo. He doesn't need to be anything else. And you know who else doesn't need to be anything else? The ace intern, king of the universe, Shawn Adams. A first down at the 20 for Weston. Now a little action right out in front of us. Looks like an option coming, but they turn it off the left side with Frubies off the right side, I beg your pardon. A short gain to the 24, a gain of 4.
Weston not finding tough sledding between the tackles here.
2nd and 6. That's an old school sideline down marker with the flip over, not that change in
dial it
the
down.
dial it down, exactly.
It's like the old gym class flip over the score at the basketball game thing.
2nd and 6. Again, staying in shotgun with Lummis right alongside of Frubies, who looks to throw, sets up the screen to the near side. Trying to break a tackle is Oaks, and he will not break around Clyde Ayuba.
Ayuba, again, with not letting anybody get by him. Wrapping and bringing him to the ground like you're taught.
Again, you know it's opening day when the PA takes a look at and all he says is number 4 and doesn't pronounce the name. That's an opening day right there. 3rd and 6, along 7, in fact. Frubies waits, play fake, now he'll run it, and down he goes. Fleming came bouncing across the line.
Fleming flexing some of that all-American wrestling attributes there as one of the star wrestlers for the Lancers, too. Big double leg takedown there almost.
At times, a nice breeze breaks out here, and it's much appreciated on this humid 78-degree day with the cloudy skies. The cool thing is that it does create a breeze, but it blows from left to right. Here is the punt getting away from Lummis. Calling for it is Pavone. That is a fair catch called for in good field position at the 45-yard line. No score, 3:26 to go, first quarter.
Good piece of veteran guile by only a sophomore, Pavone, there to field that punt, because if that went over his head, that one could have been rolling forever.
45-yard line will be 1st and 10.
So no score.
Timeouts on the field.
And a timeout. It's a water timeout, which is becoming more of a mandatory thing, Mike. It's just an official's timeout. Mandatory water break on a day like this. As we mentioned, it is humid. When the sun pokes back out, it does get warm here. And, of course, our whole crew knows that from setting up here earlier today.
Yeah, it's something you see even at the professional level in FIFA-sanctioned soccer matches, which is new, where they have the water breaks.
Right.
And, you got to stay hydrated when it's like this.
3:26 to go, first quarter. No score. Notre Dame-Fairfield and Weston. My first visit to McCarty Stadium.
My first visit in quite a while. It's been several years since I've covered a game here.
And it's been a while since I can remember covering a game on a grass field as well.
They're few and far between in the state of Connecticut nowadays. And there's, everybody's going to the field turf. Massachusetts, another SWC team, one of the few grass fields left at Benedict Stadium.
First down, they're calling it at the 46. From left to right comes Notre Dame of Fairfield. And yep, they do look like a Notre Dame right down to the gold helmets. A man goes in motion from the near to the far side. That's Ryan Cellini. They'll keep it on the ground, though, and they'll knock him right back. Loss of a couple, depending on the spot. And slow to get up is Brantley.
Not much room for him to run there either. Looks like he got tangled up with his lineman a little bit.
Well, they'll give him forward progress. To finish the thought on Weston's helmet, the number is on the left side of the helmet, but they've got the Trojan logo on the right side of the helmet. So a good look for that team.
Yeah, the matte helmets, which are
I like it.
Very in right now.
Yep. Play fake, rolling left Brantley, lobs it high and a little incomplete. A little too high over on that far sideline. Intended for Antonio Adaricio, the junior. That is very true. The matte helmet is in. I know the Pirates wear it in Major League Baseball, and now we're seeing more football teams do it.
Maybe the glossy finishes days are over in the uniform game.
It could be for at least a little while. There are some great sites dedicated to uniforms. I get into that stuff, I have to admit it.
You got to look good when you're out there, right?
Absolutely. And I'm still a guy that's guilty of, maybe not in public, but on an afternoon popping a jersey on to watch a game. Good snap, rolling left goes Brantley. Now he'll run it. He's got some room, dances around, gets into Weston territory at the 41. And a first down for Notre Dame.
Brantley trying to make it all happen here for Notre Dame, you know, with his legs and his arm.
Number 1, Brantley on the keeper.
Responsible for 2 of Notre Dame's first downs so far.
2:40 to go in the first quarter. We still have no score.
First and 10.
It's at the 41. Looking things over. Brantley with 2 in the backfield. Fleming to his right. Instead, he'll go to his left. Charging forward with a head of steam is Kelly. Kelly to the 39.
The way this game is shaping up, it's going to be won at the line of scrimmage with both teams, you know, running that ball straight up the gut.
4 yards with 6 yards to go for Notre Dame.
2nd and 6 at the Weston 39. Shotgun set in the spread. Brantley, 2-step drop, throws incomplete. Intended for Adaricio, but right there was Santa Maria. Couldn't quite secure it, though.
Sorry, Rob.
No, it's okay.
Kyle Cellini was shaking free down the right sideline there, had the hand up, but Brantley, you know, looked inside to the first read and didn't take a look down the sideline there. They had a chance to make a play inside the numbers there.
3rd and 6 at the Weston 39. 1:47 to go in what seems like it has been a forever first quarter. Just a lot of punts and not a lot of action, no score.
Yeah, about a half an hour on the quarter. That's with another 1:47 left.
Rolling right. Now the delay handoff goes to Fleming. Fleming busts it up the gut. He'll get a first down near the Weston 21 before Scott Payton brings him down.
The big man rumbling through the middle there. He needs somebody to tuck a shoulder pad back in, and everybody's ignoring him after the big run.
And he's pointing, saying, come on, help me out.
Leaving the guy hanging there.
That's right. Bill Kelly does come over and do the honors. Kelly will set up as a receiver out to the left. Cellini, the receiver, to the near side right. A first down at the 22. Snap comes over on the sprint, and they're going to say that instead they are going to rule completion, but the knee down. Yep.
It was a moot point because Scott Payton came flying in there to make the tackle basically right when the ball arrived, so he wasn't going anywhere either way.
So it'll be a loss of close to 3. And the ball back at the 24. Cellini will go over to the far side and he will head off. He'll be replaced by Bavino right out in front of our tent. 2nd and 14. Play fake, throws it, jump ball, and incomplete. Bounced away from Bavino. Back there was Payton and Frubies on the coverage. 3rd down.
Once Weston saw Bavino sub into the game there, they shaded the double coverage there and just nowhere for the big guy to get free there.
48.8 to go in the first. They'll move the ball back really near the 25-yard line. So let's call it 3rd and 14. Brantley takes it, looks left, brings it, and throws it incomplete. Intended for Fleming in the flat, and it's 4th down. This is one of those spots, Mike, where, you know, you're talking about a high school kicker, you're looking at a 42-yard field goal, so you're really not going to do that unless you have a big leg. So it's a 4-down territory.
Oh, definitely. They're in no man's land here. I think they're probably going to take a chance at going on in a 4th down here.
It'll be 44.9 remaining in the quarter when we resume. On 4th and 14 at the Weston 25 in a scoreless first quarter. Bavino, the receiver, near side right. Adaricio is the slot receiver. The Trojans jumped across, no whistle. Now we get a whistle and a timeout taken by Notre Dame of Fairfield. Certainly they were trying to improve their lot and get the 5 yards, and they almost did.
Yeah, a little hard count there. Almost worked, but, you know, Weston held the line, didn't commit the penalty, and Notre Dame uses the timeout.
For Notre Dame of Fairfield, it's been a program that they've been trying to get it straightened out for a few years. They've gone through a lot of coaching changes, and they're trying to just get things more comfortable. Chris Sadler, the head man now here at NDF.
Yeah, he comes over from St. Joe's, had a lot of success there, winning multiple state championships. And, the Lancers are looking for some stability. I believe it's 5 coaches in 6 seasons. And, they're trying to start something new here with, a young group of kids, a new coach. It's a new turn the page, so to speak.
At one point, it was even Rico Bronya.
Yeah, Connecticut legend.
That's right. The Watertown, Connecticut product. Of course, a terrific baseball player as well who made the major leagues.
Yeah, he was an all-state football player, I believe,
he was.
Watertown High.
That's right.
Quarterback, I believe.
Rico Suave, as he was known in the day. 4th and 14. Ready to go, Brantley. He takes it. Looks. Still looking. Goes over the middle, over the ladder, and unable to climb it and bring it down as Bovino, and it'll be turned over on downs.
Good throw by Brantley there. Just Bovino, a little bit of contact there from the defensive back, not enough to draw the penalty. He laid out just a little bit out of his reach.
Looked like he was man-to-man, if I saw correctly, with Peter Archer, the junior.
Yeah, Char stayed with them, didn't let him get inside. Forced them to go for the dive and couldn't come up with it. Big stop by Weston.
This scoreless game goes back the other way with 39 to go in the first. We will put it this way. It's a more competitive game than what we saw last night in New York. So we'll start there. Last night got out of hand, and it got out of hand quickly. First down at the 25. From right to left goes Weston. Shotgun snap for Frubies, finds a man right over the middle, and George gets near the 30.
Nice safe play there from Weston. Get a couple yards, try to get the chains moving here for the first time.
Down to 25 to go in the opening frame. Weston standing ready to go, but not quite ready to snap the ball. Notre Dame certainly ready as well. Now they set things up. Lummis in the backfield. He'll block over the middle, and this is incomplete.
Pass by Weston, incomplete.
Intended for Jason Lawrence with 1.2 to go in the first.
Again, just a little bit too much mustard from the quarterback there. Hard throw, but just out of the reach, a little high.
Do you sense opening day jitters?
Oh, yeah. Both teams are really looking to put something together here. And Weston so far hasn't been able to really move the ball at all. Notre Dame, a handful of first downs, but not much better.
1.2 remaining, 3rd and 5 at the Weston 30-yard line. Frubies in no rush. Takes it. He will hand it off. Up the middle goes Lummis. Lummis to the 31 as the quarter, quite clearly, as you can hear, comes to an end. One in the books. It wasn't pretty, but it's competitive. After one, Weston nothing. Notre Dame of Fairfield nothing. We will pause for a break and start quarter number 2 after this as we come back to McCarty Stadium in Fairfield. We continue after this on the HAN Network.
Alliance. We are an industry leader in coordinating transportation for large events such as corporate road shows, conferences, and special. Alliance. We are an industry leader in coordinating transportation for large events such as corporate road shows, conferences, and special events. Our team of experts understands the dynamics and logistics of high-pressure situations and complex arrangements, all within a rapidly changing environment. Since 1999, we have added charter jets, event management, and personal protection to our range of services. Mention this ad for $25 off your next round-trip reservation. Alliance and you. Together, we can achieve the extraordinary. 855-546-6996 or alliancelimo.com.
Quarter number 2 getting underway. McCarty Stadium in Fairfield on the campus of Notre Dame High School with Mike Suppe, our entire crew. I'm Rob Adams. No score. Here's the snap and the punt by Lummis. Spiraling down. It bounces off the fingertips of David Daria, who goes back to try to snag it, and he rolls on it at what appears to be the 18-yard line, and they've turned it over. Scott Payton ripped it out, and the turnover taken. Weston will get the break.
Yeah, Daria just didn't, he tried to get it with his hands, the end-over-end kick, and it tipped off. Weston, the Gunners, got down there quick, followed the play, and fought on the pile there to get it back. Great setup here.
Second turnover committed by the Lancers in a scoreless game. 11 seconds gone by in quarter number 2. Now there is a flag. If Notre Dame has been fairly consistent, Mike, they turned the ball over, 7 seconds gone in the first quarter and 11 seconds gone in the second.
And they were hit with a penalty for roughing the kicker on top of all of that, so that's going to be a tack on there.
Ball sitting right now at the Notre Dame 15. Now they back it to the 18.
Cancel that. Looked like they were going to tack it on, but
yeah.
I guess not.
It's been declined.
Waiting for the chain gang to catch up here. Everybody's in first game
I was
mode.
going to say, everybody's in opening game mode. Nice to hear the officials as clearly as we can. All right, now let's do it. A first down. Shotgun snap, looking Frubies, waits, sets, tries to step up with it. Tried to run with it. He'll lose a yard to the 19, maybe back to the 20. Among the stoppers was Beaulieu, and they've got to get the clock straightened out as well. So all
pandemonium time here, Rob. Yeah, it was Beaulieu that flushed him out, and it looked like Auba finished him off there. Lost a couple, it looks like.
Yeah, I would say a loss of 2 back near the 19. The always thinking A.J. Szymanowski working on some things. That's what's scary, is he and I have got this common sense thing between both of us. Strange that we think the same way. Second, and let's call it 13. Back to throw, rolling right. Frubies brings it down, finds a man, but right near the 15. The ball gets rolled out, but Getz had it. The tackle was officially made, so no harm, no advance, no turnover, and the ball down at the 14. It's a gain of about 5.
Offensive line gave Frubies a lot of time to throw there, but he was only able to find an underneath guy for a couple yards. 3rd and 10 here.
They'll think in terms of a field goal, but they got to get through 3rd down. 11:06 to go in the first half. Clock running, no score. A receiver near side right. That's Crumweedy. Fruby steps up, fires, has a man. Reaching for it and stretching near the 5 as it went to Matthew Oakes.
Nice little pitch and catch there by Frubies and Oakes. Finally, Weston with a first down.
And finally, our first and goal of the day. It's at the 5. Now we'll see if somebody can get on the scoreboard. Wholesale changes coming up for Chris Pace and Weston.
The jumbo package, it looks like.
Absolutely. Keith Jackson might have called them the Big Uglies back in the day, but I'm sure they're all handsome and delightful young men. First and goal at the 5.
It's looking like a full house backfield here, throwing it back to the 40s and probably a delay game.
I would think so after all of that.
Weston looked to sub in about 5 guys there on the fly, and it didn't go over too well.
So a delay of game will cost Weston 5.
A short-lived goal-to-go situation there, although technically it's still first and goal.
It does still remain goal to go, but I get Mike's point. It becomes first and goal at the 10 now. An official timeout. We did have a game last night. You can watch it on our HAN.network archive. Yorktown High of New York beat John Jay of New York 51-27. Not the John Jay Patriots of East Fishkill, New York, but the John Jay Indians of Cross River, New York. I just got a very dirty look from a future John Jay Patriot 2 rows below me.
John Jay, he was a Patriot.
He was. John Jay, Chief Justice, lived in Katona, New York. His house still there. Rolling right, Frubies into the end zone and incomplete. Throwing out in that back right corner, intended for George Getz. It'll be second and goal. But John Jay, an important enough name in the Hudson Valley of New York that there are 2 high schools named for him. The one in Cross River, which is part of the Lewisboro Ledger coverage of our chain, and then the one further up in Dutchess County in East Fishkill, Hopewell Junction, that a particular Shawn Adams will be attending in the future. One frightening year from now. Second and goal, 3 receivers out to the right, 1 to the far side left. That's Crumweedy on the far side. Set up near side is Oaks. Frubies takes it. Steps back, thinking screen, tucks it, throws it into the parking lot, and a flag down.
About 10 flags for intentional grounding coming out there.
Of course, over on this side, people are going to yell he's out of the box, and certainly he did step rolling to his left, but I would think the guys in the striped shirts have a better view than I do.
Yeah, on the far side of the field, it's hard to see.
We got a final in from earlier today as Stratford knocked off New Milford 41-20.
I believe that was a Friday Night Lights game there.
I think you're right. Stratford, of course, without their head coach for the first 2 games of the year.
Yes, he is suspended for those first of the 2 conferences games there. The first game of the suspension.
Got in some hot water. With the spot foul, the ball now back and a loss of down at the 21 following the intentional grounding. Frubies takes it, drops back, straight drop, has plenty of time, sets up, does throw. A wounded duck that's going to hit the turf, incomplete.
Again, Weston gets their first down of the game and moves backwards, and then almost turns it over after the ball caromed off of a helmet, it looked like.
A diving try at the last minute by Bill Kelly, but it came up incomplete. And again, you got to live with the 4-down territory, I would think. But they're gonna call for a field goal, Mike.
Yeah, somebody, the first to 3 could be the winner here, the way the teams have been moving the ball. Every point counts.
In theory, we are looking at a 43-yard field goal. And now a timeout.
Because again, Weston struggling with substitutions.
That should be their first timeout. It comes with 9:43 to go in the first half. Kind of a unique setup, as I mentioned at one point in the game. The sidelines are kind of tight, so we're a short toss from throwing it right onto the field. Even my arm can still reach the field from here, which is a nice thought. I actually threw, there are so many times that we have a little bit of time before or after a game, and everybody being a bunch of guys, we all want to throw the ball around on occasion. So I did throw an old small football that I have in the car today. It's actually, of all things, an old San Diego Chargers football.
What are we looking at there? Mini hutch, junior size?
Yeah, kind of a junior size. West Haven knocked off Xavier 35-27.
Yeah, I believe Xavier ranked 8th in the state poll to start the season.
And West Haven, of course, it's a new day for the Westies. The Blue Devils, with Ed McCarthy stepping down last year, the winningest football coach in the state. I was watching Ian Richling warming up, the kicker. He looked pretty good. Can he do it from 42? Unofficially. Frubies to hold. Snap is good. Spot, kick, low, well low, heading right and out of bounds. Never had a chance.
Not enough distance and not accurate enough.
Nope.
So Notre Dame going to get decent field position out of all that.
I can understand going for the points, but it was a little bit of a.
They had the win.
It was risky.
They had the win with them there, but again, you have to get it up in the air, and that was more of a liner there.
So with 9:37 to go in the second, we still have no score.
And Rocco tells us that Ian Richling was a former soccer player for the Trojans, so maybe a little Tony Mayola situation there.
And again, it was worth trying. But the ball now at the 26. Play fake by Brantley. He rolls, sets, throws over the middle, does find a man, gets it to Fleming, and the big man rumbles across the 35 to the 36-yard line, close to a first down. I think he's got it. Let's see if the chains do concur. They have yet to move. And they will not move. All right, we'll keep it right there.
One thing about Brantley I've noticed, he seems to be more comfortable when he's, scrambling around there and not, throwing from the pocket from a standard drop back.
9:23 to go before intermission. John Kovach will come over at the break.
We're getting a measurement here, Rob.
We will. I agree with that decision. Scoreless game still, as we will stretch the chains here.
I think he's short.
Our inner Paul McGuire says first down.
Paul McGuire, I missed him on the old ESPN Sunday night football games with Theismann and Mike Patrick. One of my all-time favorite booths.
Theismann was such a... boy, he could bring out the emotions, couldn't he?
He was really good at stating things that were obvious.
I think you liked him or you hated him. I don't think there was a lot of love when it came to Joe. First down, shotgun snap. Off the right side, running up the middle and breaking a tackle is Bill Kelly. Takes it right side. Frubies grabs him. He breaks out of that one and he rumbles well down into Weston territory.
Kelly running with a purpose there. Broke about 3 tackles on that run.
He took it a good 40. They're going to say 50 in the booth. They've got a little bit better view than we do.
Either way, it's a big chunk play there for the Lancers.
That sure is. Looking like it is down near the 20 in Weston territory. Out of the shotgun snap, here he comes again. Nope, actually that's Fleming off the left side. And Fleming pushing deep.
Number 25, Hakeem Fleming.
You got to think after a while, these two punishing backs on Notre Dame, Fleming and Kelly, are going to start to wear down Weston up front.
Notre Dame moving the ball, and they've got another first down. Both teams have now entered the red zone at one point or another. Both teams have come up empty a lot. This is first and goal. Off the right side, Brantley. Not going to get there. Second and goal.
No room for Brantley to run there.
The ball is at the 6. It'll be second and goal. 8:17 to go, first half. Still no score. Receivers to each side, rolling right. Brantley flips, throws into the end zone with a flag down. It's incomplete. But let's see about the laundry.
Hard to see. That one came out towards the line of scrimmage.
It's holding.
Holding on the Lancers.
Again, just penalties you don't want to be taken in the red zone here.
So it'll set up second and goal after the accepted penalty.
That moves the ball
Back to, I believe, the 16. Let's see what the...
16-yard
And the official, I have to kind of listen to the PA since he's got a better view than I do. Just able to help me out an extra step, which you get used to doing that as you move as a play-by-play guy, especially at the high school level. If you got a good PA, you can kind of linger on his call.
Keep those ears open, right?
Exactly. Second and goal at the 16. Left side waiting. Hakeem Fleming runs into a pile. The great Dick Leonard, who retired from Greenwich High School as their PA announcer, he and I had almost a rhythm for roughly 15 years. We could work right off of each other. Evan Dubin is now stepping in as the PA announcer at Cardinal Stadium, and we'll see the Cardinals in about a week, 2 weeks to be exact, as they take on the Darien Blue Wave here on the HAN Network. That will be Evans', in fact, debut as PA and the voice of Cardinal Stadium. Third and goal at the 16, looking, make it the 13, angling it right side of the end zone in the corner and incomplete. Back toward the trees. There's fencing right in front of the trees, but it's a very homey look with those trees back there. It'll bring up 4th and goal.
And again, Notre Dame going for the fade inside the red zone there, that back corner fade. And both times they went to the well, and both times Weston was able to stop it.
To the right side is the baseball field, and I know Josh Fisher and I were laughing along with Bill Bloxsom. We were looking at the infield going, that is a place that ground balls will go to die.
Yeah, it's a bit overgrown there.
High grass right now. Field goal try coming up here. Cellini to kick it. Snap is good, spot, kick, end over end, got the distance going left, and good.
Boy, that would have been good from about 53. Cellini really got into that one, a little straight ahead, Lou the Toe Groza style there. No soccer style from him.
Ryan Cellini with the field goal makes it a 3-0 Lancer lead. 7:11 to go in the first half. Mike noting it as a 33-yarder, and I would go along with that.
They had him marked at about the 16 on the scoreboard.
I thought they had actually moved it to about the 13.
13. So 28 yards.
And again, we apologize. Just our angle from here, it's a little harder to see. If the guys in the quote-unquote truck have a better view, they'll let us know on the distance of the field goal. We think it was about 28, 30 yards. I'm getting a thumbs up from Eric Gendron. They have a better view simply because of camera placement as opposed to what we're able to see from here. And I like the idea of, as opposed to production tent, that's a production truck right there. Bobby Loomis stands deep for Weston. George Getz is the opposite receiver. And Cellini will get ready to pooch it away. 7:11 to go, first half, 3-0 Notre Dame of Fairfield.
First points of the game here, big one for Notre Dame to get after the offensive struggles of each team throughout the first half here. They can play with a lead now.
And obviously, when you're Notre Dame, you are going to, of course, play Wake Up the Echoes, the Notre Dame theme song, as often as possible, and they did so right after the field goal. That has also been a theme song at Greenwich's Cardinal Stadium for many years, believe it or not. Here's an end-over-end kick that Getz will take back near his own 5. Starting on that far side, has a seam, climbs a ladder, and gets out near the 35. So 3-0, 7:05 remaining in the first half. With Mike Suppe, I'm Rob Adams at McCarty Stadium. Our entire crew on hand for our second game of the season.
Weston, they really need to get something going here.
Well, you can't keep shooting yourself in the foot. I mean, Weston had a golden opportunity off that last turnover on the muffed punt and came up empty.
In fact, moved backwards quite a bit.
They sure did. First down. Quick pass, left side, complete, trying to break a tackle on the far side. Good coverage by Brantley as the catch made over on the far side by Crumweedy.
Brantley, one of several Ironmen for Notre Dame out there. You don't typically see a quarterback playing defense unless he's desperately needed out there.
Smaller rosters, of course, for both of these teams in the SWC, so you're going to see a lot of two-way players. A second down play, rather.
Three-way if you want to count special teams.
That's right. Lobbed over the middle and off to the right. Catch made by Getz, and he'll push forward, and the ball is loose. And the turnover, no whistle. Coming out of the pile was Adaricio. Ball at the 45, and they'll turn it back the other way.
Weston coaching staff imploring the referees to call it dead for forward progress. As high school, no reviews. He was still fighting for extra yardage there. Kept the play alive, and Notre Dame working the rip, and it ended up working.
Dare I say, Mike, did he make a football move?
That I couldn't tell you.
That nomenclature has come into play more so in the past 10 years, the concept of the football move.
I would need a dictionary definition.
Exactly. Third turnover of the game, first one committed by the Trojans on the sweep to the near side, turning it.
More flags.
And more, indeed. Bill Kelly. Flags sitting near the 45 and 47. It's holding against the Trojans. I beg your pardon, against the Lancers. Neither team happy so far with the officiating. There have been so many calls.
A penalty late in the first half, to say the least.
Yes, sir. Again, I flash back to last night. We had 50 points at halftime of last night's 37-13 game. That was the halftime score between John Jay and Yorktown. Today, 6.5 remaining in the first half. Take 47 off those 50.
Much more low-scoring game.
10-yard penalty following the holding call. Ball back to the Notre Dame 45. Starting in motion was Kelly. The handoff will push up the middle, bouncing to the left side, and down he goes. That was Brandon White, a junior, who got sandwiched. James Milne, among others, in on the stop.
Weston's defense, again, put in tough position of trying to stop the bleeding here, and so far so good, moving Notre Dame backwards.
Ball on the near side hash. From our perspective, you can kind of see how the field at McCarty Stadium kind of slopes up a little bit toward the center and then slopes down a little bit to the far side.
I don't think that's for drainage purposes.
No, I don't either. Second and long. Back at the 40 from right to left. Shotgun snap for Brantley. Now he'll roll to the right. Still rolling. Thinking about throwing, goes to the far side, and he'll get run out of bounds near the 41-yard line. Let's see where they mark him to be exact.
Looked like a two-man pattern there for Notre Dame and Brantley.
And
didn't like either one of his options.
I did notice a pad getting thrown. It came off the wrist of Notre Dame of Fairfield's number 70, Trendon Gardner, the captain. One of 4 captains for Chris Sadler. Matt Merced, Noel Santaella, Trendon Gardner, Hakeem Fleming, and Bill Kelly as well, so 5.
Is that a Quinn captain?
That'd be Quinn captains, I believe. Receivers to each side on 3rd and long. They'll just go back to the ground with Brandon White. That's going to shut right back down. Milne, Michael Otworth, and others in on the stop.
Brandon White with the old-time running style, both arms on the ball and the elbows out, not holding it like a loaf of bread.
Zachary Spencer also came out of the pile, so kicking team comes back on in a 3-0 Lancer lead with under 5 to go in the first half. Of course, this is the opener among a bunch of openers in Connecticut this weekend. Still one conference waiting to play football. Here is the punt, spiraling around. It'll bounce away. Down there to grab it went Wesley De Silva, and Notre Dame will down it at the 20. 3-0 our score. The FCAC does not kick off till next Friday. There were 2 games that grabbed my eye. We will go and see New Canaan at Ridgefield, so we'll be at Tiger Hollow next Friday. Our pregame activities beginning at 4 with FCAC today. The FCAC game day crew will be on hand. Myself, Dave Stewart, and others. And then Chris Irway and I on the call next Friday to open an interesting FCAC season. Kevin Callahan, the head coach at Ridgefield, taking the year off. to deal with some things. And, of course, on the other side is that Marinelli guy, one of two now in the FCAC. And they are, of course, the defending state champions. The other game that grabbed me is the other Marinelli. John Marinelli's first game as he takes on Donnie Panipata and the Trinity Catholic Crusaders taking on John Marinelli's Greenwich Cardinals. That game will be just about over, if not over completely, by the time the 7 p.m. games all kick off. What makes that game just as fascinating is on Donnie Panipata's staff will be Rich Albanizio, who was the head coach at Greenwich since the late 90s. And, of course, stepped down after last season. Shotgun snap for Frubies. He sets up, just throws left side, complete to the far side. Krumweedy over there for the catch.
Weston going to try to get into that 2-minute offense with under 5 left to play here. Try to get down the field and see if they can tie this game up or take the lead.
Looked like a gain of close to 7 from what I can see.
They don't seem to be in much of a hurry, though.
4:09 to go, first half, clock running, both teams with 2 timeouts. Scoreboard saying 2nd and 6, but I thought he got a little bit more than that from what I'm seeing on the marker on the near side. Frubies throws right, it's incomplete. Went right through the arms of Jason Lawrence. Lawrence running the out pattern, and it'll be 3rd down.
Dangerous pass into the flat there.
Complete pass by the Trojans. Will be 3rd down and 5 yards to go.
Setting up what's being described as a 3rd and 5.
Notre Dame gets the stop here. They can get themselves some good field position.
Yeah, sure they can.
Which hasn't necessarily been the case.
Shotgun snap for Frubies. Pump fake. Now he steps out to his right, avoids pursuit. He's got a man wide open here if he could get it away, but he is taken down. It took too long to get that play off the ground, and he got roughed up by Clyde Ayuba.
Ayuba's very impressive so far in the opening half here, the sophomore. He's been all over the place in the backfield.
But George Getz was standing near midfield, wide open. He didn't see him.
Number 6.
So the punt crew will come back out for Weston. Bobby Lummis will punt it away with Kyle Pavone ready to take it at his own 44. 3:05 to go before intermission. 3-0 Notre Dame. Low snap. Now he gets it away. High kick. Spinning around. He'll be best to step away from it. He does. Takes a very favorable roll down to the 34-yard line where it's down by Scott Payton.
Easy to say. Lummis has been Weston's MVP so far in this game, the punter.
I agree. 3 minutes remaining in the first half. 3-0 Notre Dame. For those who don't know why we say Notre Dame of Fairfield, of course, here in Fairfield, they'll just call it Notre Dame. The problem is, in West Haven, they call it Notre Dame as well.
This one, I believe, is actually officially Notre Dame Catholic School.
Yes, that is the official name. In fact, it's on the signs as you come into the school.
In all my time, I've never referred to it as that.
No, I've always called it Notre Dame of Fairfield and Notre Dame of West Haven just to keep them straight. Or, of course, the mascot names come in handy.
There you go.
Here it's the Lancers.
They are the Green Knights.
They are. To the right side. Maybe a yard to the 35.
Stop by number 44, Bobby Loomis.
And Bobby Lummis once again making a play. That was Mike Bavino on the carry. 2:43 to go, first half. And it's going to be 2nd and 10. It was no gain. Clock running, 2:35 to go in the half. Bavino rolling right, does throw it. It is complete. So it's Bavino running the show right now, which is interesting as the ball gets out near the 45. Couple of new scores we can give you. All finals. Lyman Hall over the CREC Co-op 53-16. Bullard Havens 46, Wilkes Tech nothing. Northwest Catholic 21, Rockville 6. Ledyard over Cranston East 21-0, and East Haven beat Guilford 29-21. Play fake for Bavino. Bavino rolling left. This is tipped and incomplete, intended in the flat for Hakeem Fleming. So now the question becomes what happened to Micah Brantley, who I see helmet up on the far sideline.
I know Bavino was listed also as a quarterback to transfer from Foreign High, son of former Notre Dame-Fairfield coach Jeff Bavino, the current coach at Foreign High. I don't know if this is a performance thing or maybe, a little spark towards the end of the half, but the first throw that Bavino made was a nice toss. That one got tipped, but so far, couldn't hurt. 3 points.
Clock stopped, 2:04 to go first half, 3-0 Lancers. Receiver out to the right, 2 on the near side left. Kyle Pavone is the far left side receiver. Back now, Bavino's going to run it up. He's going to step across and get taken down by Zachary Spencer near midfield with 1:55 to go. It'll bring up a 3rd down play.
Again, the onus is on Weston's defense here. The way their offense has been playing, the defense, can't afford to give Notre Dame anything here.
3rd and 8, let's call it.
3rd down for Notre Dame. 46-yard line.
Closer to the 48. $1:25 to go in the half. Bavino takes it, setting up, looks like a screen coming and almost intercepted with a flag down. Again, the dangerous man, Mike, once again, is Bobby Lummis.
And again, the tip pass by Fleming there, he went to the ground and chopped underneath Lummis to almost prevent the interception there inadvertently. And Notre Dame is flagged for a hold, I believe. Again, the refs gather up to talk about it.
Now, I keep a very basic count on my sheet, and admittedly, 100 things going on, things get missed, but unofficially, that is my 5th penalty that I've written down on the Lancers for 50 yards.
Are those accepted or declined?
Those are the accepted ones that I've noted.
They've had a few that Weston's declined as well.
However, I think this one did get declined, as they will punt it away.
Weston bringing the house here for the punt block.
There's the snap, and Bavino kind of shanked it off the edge of his foot, but it rolls down and rolls favorably where it will get downed by Kyle Pavone.
I have to wonder why Weston didn't set up any kind of return there. Are they fearing a fake possibly? No, nobody was back deep there to receive the kick for Weston.
Yeah, and I didn't quite sense the best rush there with 1:11 to go in the first half. Halftime show coming up in 1 minute, 11 seconds in a 3-0 game. Fruby's waiting. He's got Lummis alongside of him, looking to throw, sets up, now he'll roll right, and down he goes. Boy, we all saw it coming. The problem is he didn't.
Kendrick Belair just sneaking in on the blind side there.
Nobody in any rush, each team with 2 timeouts, 49 to go in the half. Crowd has filled in a little bit. Far bleachers, the home bleachers, filled in a little more. This side is filled in a bunch as well, with folks making the trip down from Weston. We're on the Weston side.
Some good standing room seats along the fence as well.
Yep.
Nice turnout for opening day.
3-0 score. Here's Fruby's back to the ground as he hands it off. Bobby Lummis finds some room for a moment. Then he'll get thrown down. It looked good for a stretch, but near the 34, he gets taken down by Bill Kelly. Now they'll take a timeout with 17.2 to go in the half.
And Lummis looked like he almost broke that, but he had a 200-pound anchor named Bill Kelly hanging onto his back there. Slowed him down a little bit.
I can't think of too many places where the press area, and this is not the press area to be exact. We made our own home today. Athletic director Rob Bellegi said wherever you guys want to go is great, and he's been really good to us. But the actual press box is the small box across the way from where we're standing, and there really is not a lot of room up in there to begin with. Mike and I would have been shoulder to shoulder with some new best friends.
It would have been like watching a game at Fenway Park.
Pretty much. That's why when I go to Fenway Park, I get credentials. Therefore, I can sit in the press box or in a radio booth. Makes me much happier. or as I did for the Legends Hockey Classic, which was the Old Timers game they played several years ago. Actually sat ice side right at the glass for that game.
There you go.
Yeah, it was a fun time. But the only other place I can think of actually is Boyle Stadium, the great Boyle Stadium in Stamford. The home side was initially on the now press box side of the field, and the team decided they didn't like it. So they shifted back to the traditional Stamford home side, which is opposite of the new press box at Boyle Stadium.
As a press man, I like the places that have 2 press boxes, such as Ingles Rink in New
I
Haven.
love those. Setting up in the flat right side, complete, and Lummis slammed down. He got sandwiched between 2 players, Mike Bavino being one of them, and that probably the final play of the first half as we're down to 3. Will they bother to snap it down to 1? They will not. The half comes to an end. Not exactly scintillating on the scoreboard, Mike Suppe, 3-0, the halftime lead for Notre Dame-Fairfield.
Now I'm thinking both coaching staffs are going to have a lot to say to their teams at halftime here, try to spark something to go in the second half here.
So the first half comes to an end. The difference in the ball game, a Ryan Cellini field goal. That's it. Halftime, McCarty Stadium in Fairfield, and Notre Dame of Fairfield leading Weston 3-0. We'll pause for a break. John Kovach intending to join us to host halftime activities. Mike and I back for the call in a bit. Getting ready to pause here, but we'll hold on for a moment. Now we're set to go out for a break. Halftime 3-0, Notre Dame of Fairfield on top of Weston on the HAN network.
When you experience a sports injury, you want to get better and fast. Coastal Ortho Express gives you direct access to orthopedic care quickly. Their physicians are fellowship trained in sports medicine at world-class universities and are also team doctors for area football teams. For specialized personal care of sports injuries, go to Coastal Ortho Express. Open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building, 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or coastalorthoexpress.com. Coastal Orthopedics, keeping you on the move.
While the temperatures are cooling down, the fall bite is heating up. Albies, bonita, blackfish, alligator blues, and stripers are following the large schools of bait that are abundant in the Long Island Sound. If you love the New England coast during autumn, this is the time to be on the water. The latest from Shimano, Quantum, Avet, Hoagie, Phase 2 and more are in stock and ready to go at the dock shop. And don't mind those fall breezes with jackets, hats, gloves, and fleece from Grundens and Stormer. The dock shop will keep you warm and dry. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, now in 2 locations, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
Football University, the nation's leading football training experience, is now accepting applications for its 2015 camps. Our elite faculty of NFL coaches and top professionals teach position-specific on the field and in the classroom to improve your football IQ and help you reach your full potential as a player. Apply today at footballuniversity.org. Football University, where technique plus talent beats talent alone.
Carl Chevrolet is proud to sponsor HAN Network's coverage of the area's best high school sports. No matter the sport, competition in the FCIAC is spirited, so get out and cheer on your favorite team. If you can't make it to the game, be sure to bring HAN Network with you to keep up with the action. Visit Carl Chevrolet in New Canaan or online at carldirect.com.
Back to school means back to busy, and Stewart's Market can save you precious time by stocking all of your favorite essentials under one roof. For a healthy start to school, we have all the ingredients. Walter Stewart's, your family-owned fresh local market, 229 Elm Street and at stewartsmarket.com. Highcote Rockefeller Estate is Westchester County's top cultural attraction and is now open for the season. Don't miss out. Go online to hudsonvalley.org to plan your visit. Take a drive out to beautiful Sleepy Hollow, New York, and enjoy Highcote's stunning architecture, breathtaking gardens, expansive art galleries, and commanding Hudson River views. From world-class art by Picasso and Warhol to expertly tended gardens, there's something for everyone. Highcote Rockefeller Estate, a National Trust for Historic Preservation landmark.
The fall bite is heating up Albies, bonita, blackfish, alligator blues, and stripers are following the large schools of bait in the Long Island Sound. This is the time to visit the New England coast, and the Dock Shop can get you outfitted with the latest fishing gear, jackets, hats, gloves, and fleece. Boater, beach bum, fishermen simply love the New England coast. This is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, now in 2 locations, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
Alliance. We are an industry leader in coordinating transportation for large events such as corporate road shows, conferences, and special events. Our team of experts understands the dynamics and logistics of high-pressure situations and complex arrangements, all within a rapidly changing environment. Since 1999, we have added charter jets, event management, and personal protection to our range of services. Mention this ad for $25 off your next round-trip reservation. Alliance and you. Together, we can achieve the extraordinary. 855-546-6996 or alliancelimo.com.
Marty. What?
Welcome back. Halftime here at Notre Dame. The Lancers with a 3-0 lead over the Weston Trojans. John Kovach here with Rocco Veluzzo, sports editor of the Weston Forum, among other things. Rocco has struggled for Weston thus far in the first half, shot themselves on the foot a couple of times.
Yeah, unfortunately, those penalties are just doing them in, for one thing. They can only correct that. I mean, they were in the red zone once. They were on the 5-yard line. It never materialized.
Never materialized. Some penalties have hurt them. Field positions hurt them. Really thought they would score on that drive that they had, I believe it was late in the first quarter, down here to our right, and just never got in.
No, unfortunately. But the defensively, they've held up pretty well, I think, in stopping Hakeem Fleming in particular, I think.
They have stopped Fleming quite a bit, which is going to be key if they stop here. What's interesting, the spread, some people think of it as a run thing. It is really kind of stretching you out to set up the some people think of it as a pass thing. It's really stretching you to set up the run. They're spreading these teams really numbers to numbers and taking advantage of the weakened middle with the flanks so spread out.
And Weston, of course, doesn't have a lot of size up front either. That's a big thing as well.
Nor do they have a lot of numbers, yet I saw a film of them earlier this year in a scrimmage with McMahon. They looked very, very impressive that day. So is this just a point of them getting untracked here today?
I think so. I think it's a lot of season opening jitters too, I think, with the team.
Now, what's their schedule like moving forward?
I have to check, actually, John, to see what they've got coming up next week. I'm not sure off the top of my head.
Okay. The field goal, the kickers both fairly impressive in warm-ups. That early field goal would have helped them out.
Yes, that's Ian Richling. He's a former soccer player, in fact.
Right, I remember the name from soccer.
Yeah.
Is this one of those
waits in shotgun. As we reset here, 3-0, 10:56 to go in the third quarter. And an incomplete pass to the near side, Mike.
Right through Lawrence's hands. He smacks his hand against his helmet. Feels like he probably should have came up with that one.
In the midst of our halftime show, John Kovach was on the air, and we lost power here for a few moments. So that's what happened at halftime. We apologize for that, although a little bit out of our control, but we certainly missed you for those couple of seconds.
We lost some power on the scoreboard, too, which also went out.
It got chaotic here for a few seconds. 3-0 our score. Here's the punt as it spins up in the air, and it's taken with a fair catch at the 19-yard line. So Notre Dame will get their first possession of the second half with Kyle Pavone making the catch here at the 19. Is it their first possession? I was running around plugging things in.
Yes, it is the first possession. You got that part. You nailed that one right on the head, Rob.
All right.
And it looks like Brantley is back in the game. I saw him come back onto the field. He's looking towards the sideline for the play, so he appears to be okay.
Dehydration and cramping has been a problem throughout the past 24 hours of football that I have watched.
Yeah, I mean, it's
and for us as well. But the breeze blowing nicely here with the sun kind of poking its head through. But you definitely want to stay hydrated as best as possible. Nose of the ball on the 20-yard line. 3-0 our score. 10:45 to go third quarter with Mike Suppe. I'm Rob Adams. Showing blitz is the Lancers, but it's off the left side and carried by Hakeem Fleming, the senior, for a gain of 2. Roughed up by a couple of Trojans, including number 64, Chris Damon Brown.
Looks like Notre Dame is sticking to the game plan and pounding it inside between the tackles with Fleming.
Give them 3 to be exact to the 23. Clock running, 10:19 to go third quarter. Neither team in any rush in a 3-0 game. Jumpy on one side were the Trojans, but he got back on, so we reset. And Brantley will take the shotgun snap. Use the play fake, he'll carry it himself off the right side. Finds a hole for a moment, stretches and leans for a first down across the 30 to the 32.
Weston showed blitz there, backed off. Brantley snuck right around the right end and picked up the first down.
A gain of almost 9, if not 10, by the time he stretched to the 33.
Game like this, that's considered a big play.
It is a big play. We have not seen many of them. But Brantley goes right back out to the other side, grabbing his leg. Heads right down onto his back on the far side grass sideline. They will stretch him out again.
Pavino back under center here.
And the officials will take the timeout, which is a break for the Lancers.
I believe he's going to have to sit out a play.
Yes, he does.
Regardless, but the way he's writhing around over there, it doesn't look like that's going to be an issue.
If you are looking at the Notre Dame jerseys, and of course, if your screen is big enough, you can see it for yourselves because the shots being pulled up by everyone here are just gorgeous. But if you're looking at a smaller screen, or if you're just listening to us, those are not names on the back of the jerseys. I was excited when I first walked in and saw one. Handoff goes up the middle. Bill Kelly. Kelly just pushing and trying to use the war of attrition to get him to the 37-yard line. A gain of about 4. And then I glanced more closely at the Notre Dame jersey and saw it said Lancers.
Unless there's a coincidence that all 40 or so kids on the team are last name Lancer.
We call A.J. Szymanowski the Lancer. He will get a jersey with his name on the back. I don't know if we ever called him that before today, but it sounds good. 2nd and 5 near the 38. High snap, it goes over Bavino's head. He's going to go back and try to make a play, but he stumbles and fumbles and then grabs it himself at the 16.
Almost
pure chaos.
A colossal mistake by Bavino there not to fall on the ball when he had a chance. He comes up grabbing his helmet like, why did I do that? But in the end, he's able to recover it to prevent a calamity for the Lancers.
But it's a loss of, from the looks of it, 22 yards. All the way back.
The dial-it-down man had to walk quite a bit to find out where that ball spotted.
They'll put it at the 17. There comes a point where you don't even bother saying the yardage. It's 3rd and a nightmare.
Brantley looked like he tried to come back in and falls to the turf again. He appears to be seriously injured this time.
So that'll stop things all over again. 8:11 to go in the third quarter. 3-0 our score. Our setup here has been basically the pass-through all day for the Weston fans. So
not an easy grandstand to access here.
No, not for sure it's not. And part of the reason it is, we started telling you about the small sidelines here at McCarty Stadium, and you really only have, I mean, Mike, not much more than what, about 10 feet?
Yeah, it's about 10 feet deep along the sidelines there. And
then you run into some pavement where the fence is, and once you come across the chain link fence, then you've got a pathway to come through and get to the grandstand. Here's the problem. Weston brought their cheerleaders. That's where they're working.
And it's almost like, not to compare schools to prisons, but a prison setup with the double fence where you with a walkway through it as almost like a buffer there.
Brantley does go off under his own power. He is limping noticeably, and he'll take a seat once again on that far sideline. So Bovino will continue. 3-0 remains our score, 8:11 to go in the third quarter. At the Notre Dame 17-yard line. Bovino waiting. He will take it. Drop back, set up, looking. Now he'll step up, breaks a tackle, rifles it over the middle. It's a low pass. Is it complete? They will say incomplete. At the 37, trying to sell it over the middle was Fleming, but not going to give him the catch. It still would have brought up 4th and 9.
Yeah, that was a trap any which way you looked at it there.
So Notre Dame will send the punt team on, and staying on to do the honors is Bovino. $7:56 to go, third quarter, 3-0. Weston sending everybody except for Frubies, excuse me. There's the snap with a flag down, gets it away. Frubies waits for it, bounces away. Notre Dame will take it and do the honors, but Bovino staying put where he punted it away, and he looks a little roughed up. And the flag at the 14.
Weston taking over, looking to maybe try to get anything going here.
7:44 to go here in the third. They are moving things back. It's against Notre Dame. That's all I know. I've yet to see an indication.
I'll put it back. All right. Please don't knock over our stuff. I won't. There's like $3,000 worth of stuff in that piece right there. Okay, I won't knock it. All right. Thank you. Sure. Thank you.
Looks like they're going to make Notre Dame re-kick this.
After all is said and done, I agree.
I hope that's the case.
So Bovino will stand right at the goal line.
Another late substitution coming in.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Bovino counting. They get a man off. There is the snap. Steps up. He does get it off.
Notre Dame got away with too many men on the field there.
Low bouncer. Yeah, I saw what you saw, but it's going to be downed by Notre Dame.
Number 58, Matt Merced, the old came out and gave the old hang a quick right to get back onto the sideline.
Wesley De Silva downed the ball, but good field position for Weston as the ball got downed at the 39.
Got themselves about 25 yards, I would say. Rough estimate on a net there because they never spotted the ball after the other punt with the penalty, but it was definitely benefited Weston to have that re-kicked.
7:32 to go, third quarter, 3-0. Notre Dame of Fairfield on top. The difference in the game, a field goal, only about 30 yards from Ryan Cellini. Weston ready to go, has not been able to get going offensively, has made their way into the red zone, but has come up empty, shooting themselves in the foot on a couple of tries.
Golden opportunity here.
Yeah, Fruby's waiting on first down. Does give a handoff on a sweep to the near side to Jason Lawrence. Lawrence breaks one tackle and then leans forward to gain about 5 near the 34. He'll put it down closer across the 35 to the 36, so back him up about a yard. Second and call it a long 7. Everybody takes a look at their wristband, now settles back in. Cry of defense from the opposite grandstands here at McCarty. And there is the snap and the handoff going inside, right up the middle. Bobby Lummis. Lummis leaning and not quite near a first down.
Fleming was the first guy there, and then a whole host of tacklers followed him in.
In fact, the progress only got him to the 33, so it sets up 3rd and 4. A long 5. Two receivers near side right. Oaks, the receiver wide right. Shotgun snap, play fake, and off the edge, down he goes. Fruby's got thrown down. Bill Kelly having a good game.
And he's not going to, the coaching staff's not going to like that. Kelly's going to get a personal foul for taunting. He stood over Fruby's, had a few words with him, and it's going to cost him 15 yards and an automatic first down.
A foolish
Not a smart
mistake.
play there
Yep.
from a senior captain. That's something, if you're the coaching staff, you really gotta hate.
Fruby's waving his hand going, who, me? They called it unsportsmanlike conduct to move the ball down to the 23-yard line. We've seen a couple of big breaks in this game, and that's a huge one right there.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to give Weston 15 yards, and I don't think they've netted a play from scrimmage of that many yards in the entire game.
No, I'm not sure about that either, Mike. First down at the 22-yard line now. Snap for Fruby's. He's got time, steps back, he steps up, he runs, he throws, he lobs it. He's got a man off the fingertips and incomplete. George Getz had it. He was man-to-man with Kyle Pavone. Pavone might have gotten the edge of a fingertip on it, but Getz couldn't come up with it. 2nd and 10.
Pavone was beat there.
He was.
Good throw by Fruby's.
Just trying to drop it in. 2nd and 10. At the Notre Dame 23. The rush 4. Pass thrown left side, complete, and then thrown down immediately. Crumweedy makes the catch. And he got roughed up by Brantley, who's back in.
Brantley leaving it all on the field out there today.
Oaks checks back out. Lawrence will be the receiver to the near side right. Getz will be the slot receiver when we reset with 5:20 to go in the 3rd quarter. 3-0 our score.
Yet another 3rd and long for Weston here. Haven't faced too many 3rd and shorts.
Two receivers go out to the left. Crumweedy wide left. Fruby's went to snap it, and a flag comes in.
Looks like it's going to be procedure on Weston.
It's encroachment against the Lancers. $60 yards in penalties. Again, unofficially. So setting up what had been 3rd and longer will now be 3rd and about 3 at the 15. .451 clock running, 3rd quarter, 3-0 Notre Dame. Fruby's has Lummis alongside of him in the backfield, and they all jumped, and another flag. The 5 are going right back.
I'm certain that was procedure on Weston. It looked
Yeah.
like an early snap there.
I'm not even looking this time. I'm just writing it in my scorecard.
Looked like the Trojans had a little trouble getting the play in there. And then everybody, it was the old student body, everybody moving.
So they'll reset now. Ball at the 19, close to the 20. We promise you somebody wants to win this game. 2 receivers out to the right, 2 go out to the left. Frubies looks, lobs it. Man wide open, got him! Touchdown, Weston! Jason Lawrence.
Busted coverage there by the Lancers as Lawrence was just basically uncovered there in the right corner of the end zone. A little bit of miscommunication there by Antonio Adaricio and Kyle Pavone.
And we'll wait for the extra point. Needing an extra body for the PAT. That extra body does come out. Ian Richling ready for the point after try out of the hold of Frubies. Snap is good, spot, down, kick up, moving right, and good. 4:34 to go in the third quarter, and a little life here at McCarty Stadium, but the problem is it's on the visiting sideline. Might not be a problem for Weston. They take a 7-3 lead. The busted coverage results in the touchdown from 19 yards out. Lawrence, the touchdown pass from Frubies. And Richling's extra point was true. Four and a half to go in the third, Mike. 4-point game. Can you make this a crucial drive for the Lancers?
I think they're all crucial at this point. I mean, Notre Dame had been, prior to that drive, been moving the ball a little bit better than Weston overall, but Weston is firmly in control of this game now, and it all stems back to that personal foul on Bill Kelly. You know, up until that point, you know, that was a stop right there, and to give them an automatic first down at 15 yards, you know, he gave Weston that spark that they needed, and the Trojans capitalized.
For Kelly, he and the offense will look to answer here with 4.5 to go in the third quarter. As Richland will get ready to tee it up. And of course, if it falls off the tee twice, they normally send someone out to hold it, but it hasn't fallen yet. There is a breeze, but right now it's staying put. We had probably the strongest breeze of the afternoon maybe 10 minutes ago. Here is the kickoff. Straight on kick, moves it to the left. A curious kick as it bounces over and bounces out of bounds. Very curious.
I mean, he basically just punched it completely out of bounds. If that ball was just not really in the field of play for very long, if at all.
Yeah.
So again, Notre Dame going to have some nice field position to start here.
7-3 our score.
Interesting to see who Notre Dame will start at quarterback this series.
Brantley was in. Ball will be down at the 35. Right now, I do not spy Brantley, which makes me think it's Bavino again. Although I spy what right now is a full house backfield.
Yep, looks like they're going to go back to that as they switch the balls out. And finally, it's spotted.
All right, ball down at the 35. From right to left, go Notre Dame. 7-3, they trail with 4.5 to go in the third quarter.
Weston's defense featuring only one deep back here as they're loading the box up to try to stop this full house look.
The inside handoff does go to Fleming, and Fleming will rumble for about 4 to the 39. George gets in on the stop. 2nd and 6.
Notre Dame looking to ride the big guy here.
Got plenty of beef in that backfield with Bavino, Kelly, and Fleming. This time it's Bavino himself out of the full house. He'll just push forward, trying to stretch for that first down. He gets across the 40 near the 43. Again, gets in on the action. And a down Trojan stops things, and they will whistle the play dead.
as I said before, Notre Dame looking to use its size advantage here.
We get into FCAC football action next Friday at Tiger Hollow in Ridgefield as the Ridgefield Tigers host the New Canaan Rams. They'll kick that off at 7. That among a couple of we've got some terrific matchups this year. Greenwich and Darien the following week. Greenwich and New Canaan later on in the season. Darien and New Canaan on Thanksgiving. Just a little sample of some of the things we will see this season.
Darien making the move to Class Double L this season.
Big move for sure, with 3:52 to go in the third.
Bill Bloxsom saying Notre Dame's backfield looking like the Four Horsemen.
Absolutely. I would agree with that. 3:52 to go here in the third quarter. 7-3 our score. Since we have an injury timeout, we will pause and do the same. Take a break, come back to Fairfield after this on the HAN Network.
When you experience a sports injury, you want to get better and fast. Coastal Ortho Express gives you direct access to orthopedic care quickly. Their physicians are fellowship trained in sports medicine at world-class universities and are also team doctors for area football teams. For specialized personal care of sports injuries, go to Coastal Ortho Express. Open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building, 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or coastalorthoexpress.com. Coastal Orthopedics, keeping you on the move.
Back to school means back to busy, and Stewart's Market can save you precious time by stocking all of your favorite essentials under one roof. For a healthy start to school, we have all the ingredients. Walter Stewart's, your family-owned fresh local market, 229 Elm Street and at stewartsmarket.com.
Back here at McCarty with 3:52 to go third quarter with Mike Suppe. I'm Rob Adams. 7-3 our score. The injured Trojan moves over to the sideline. It was James Milne, the senior. High snap on this third down play, and Bavino trying to climb across for a first down. And they'll give him the first down indeed. With Bavino coming on in place of Brantley, he has been less likely to throw the ball. They've been just stuffing the big guys in the backfield, and which one will be the one to power the ball forward?
Yeah, and as I said, Weston knows what's coming. They have one guy back there, and if somebody could sneak out of the backfield, there's big plays to be had.
A first down at their own 46 off the right side. There goes Kelly, and Kelly will get near midfield. A gain of close to 5. Again, I mentioned, and it's half joking but half real, it's a certain amount of war of attrition here as we have another injured player. This time it's a Lancer. Just a ton of cramping and dehydration on this field today. Again, there's a pleasant breeze blowing, Mike, but it's not enough to deal with the reality of a humid afternoon in Fairfield and temperatures hovering around the 80s.
Yeah, totally, Rob. I mean, it's first season. They're not quite conditioned yet with, maybe the new restrictions and off-season practice.
That is very true. So once again, while they tend to another injured player, we'll take a timeout. 7-3, 3:13 to go third quarter on the HAN Network.
Carl Chevrolet is proud to sponsor HAN Network's coverage of the area's best high school sports. No matter the sport, competition in the FCAC is spirited, so get out and cheer on your favorite team. If you can't make it to the game, be sure to bring HAN Network with you to keep up with the action. Visit Carl Chevrolet in New Canaan or online at carldirect.com.
Back here with 3:13 to go in the third quarter with our crew under the tent in the truck, as we say in the trade. Mike Suppe alongside me, 7-3. Weston on top of Notre Dame. And again, just, Mike, more cramping. We saw this. I know you weren't with us last night in Yorktown, but just a lot of guys struggling to get through this heat here.
Yeah, and when, the sun pokes out through the clouds here, it's hot. And then the breeze dies down. It's one of those things that you're going to be dealing with when you're playing, first couple weeks of the season before it starts to get cold.
Temperatures at 76 right now, according to WeatherBug at Fairfield Woods Middle School, which really isn't that far from here. And 77 due to be the high today. But of course, with the chance of the showers and thunderstorms later on, it just brings in that humidity. And here is the breeze kicking up, which of course you don't necessarily feel that on the video side of things, but in any event.
Nope.
Thames River knocking off Platt Tech 42-22. Northwest Catholic over Rockville 21-6. Bullard Havens 46, Wilkes Tech nothing. Shelton 49, Wilbur Cross 14. Granby over Gilbert Northwestern 42-0. And Cheshire beat Hamden 13-7. Thank you to Josh Fisher for passing those along. It is, I believe, Kelly, from what I can see, being helped off to the sideline. And that would make sense. All right, ready to go with Notre Dame back on offense. Second, and let's call it 5. Might be 6. Again, the full house. Bavino will do it himself. Tries the right side. Just looking for a hole to jump through and run to the house. But he'll get pretty close, a couple of yards there. And let's see if they push it for a first down. This is where the angle gets a little unique for us, and it will be a first down. So a gain of, let's call it, 6.
And again, nothing fancy here from Notre Dame, just ground and pound.
Ball down at the 44-yard line in Weston territory. From right to left they go with 2:45 to go third quarter, 7-3. Weston on top, high snap. Bavino controls it, bouncing around the right side, looking to break through a couple of extra yards. And that is Hakeem Fleming.
Yep, the big guy again, fighting his way through, picking his spots. And again, another first down for Notre Dame.
There is that reality, I'll say it a third time, that war of attrition, because guys are getting worn down, Mike, so it's almost who's going to blink first.
And I mean, right now, the guys in the backfield for Notre Dame are bigger than most of the guys up front for Weston, so not a mismatch per se, but something to keep an eye on.
2:20 to go third quarter, right back to the ground. Again, they're not fooling anyone. You know what's coming, but it's just slowing things up at the line of scrimmage as Mike Bavino goes for about 4.
He's up a little gingerly from the bottom of the pile.
It's fun to watch the coaches, no matter what side you're on, and we've been on many sidelines, but this perspective for us of the Weston Trojan bench is they come a good 5 yards off the sideline at times, which, you know, the officials will let you get away with some of that up into a point, and then you get yelled at and told to get back on, and the threats of penalties begin.
Yeah, you can't really give a sideline warning here when you got about 10 to 12 feet to work with.
Exactly. High snap, bounces around. Looked like it was controlled, I think, by Bavino, as checking back in is Brantley.
Bavino looked like he actually tipped that to himself, caught it on the run there.
As you glance at Brantley wearing that number 1, you can't help but think of a former Auburn quarterback who wore number 1 and now, of course, is in Carolina.
Cam Newton
takes that snap. He rolls to the right side, tried to break it over there, and he gets knocked down by Scott Payton. And the reason I bring that up, Mike, just a quick glance at a note I saw, Jacksonville State has Auburn on the ropes late in that one, 6 minutes to go, 20-13. A little college football note for you.
Love to see those little guys give the teams that, take that as a money game, give them a scare like Appalachian State beating Michigan.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Yep, you want to take the money. Sometimes you get the money and the win.
I once got to broadcast a game like that at the college basketball ranks. To the ground they go again, right side. Hakeem Fleming around the right edge. Can he duck down into the end zone? Not nearly enough.
Well, he lost control. He fumbled the ball forward.
Weston saying they've got it. I've yet to see proof from the guys in the striped shirts. Now I see it. Weston ball.
Boy, second one that Fleming's lost, and that one hurts because he had the edge. He kept rumbling. He was holding the ball with one hand, and it came out, and Weston got it, it looks like, inside the 5.
Well down at the opposite end, as Mike just mentioned. I got to do a season of Division III Mount St. Mary College basketball up in Newburgh, New York, and they opened the season that year against Stony Brook out in Long Island. And that was basically Mount St. Mary's Money Day right there. So it was fun to do Division I hoops for a day.
There you go. Steve Peichel still the coach of Stony Brook?
I believe so.
Former UConn guy.
I believe so, but that was kind of a big day. And now, of course, Stony Brook has moved into a big new arena, so they're trying to move up in the world. But back here, 7-3, 20 seconds to go third quarter. And a long way to go for Weston, but they did stymie that drive. They'll take it, roll to the right. Frubies thinking about throwing deep. He does have a man. That man is waiting down here near midfield. Got it! Caught at the 45 and a first down. Matthew Oakes was waving his arm. He got away from Kyle Pavone. The big gain of over 50 and a first down with 7.4 to go in the third quarter.
Fruby's flashing an arm we really haven't seen so far in this game. He really unleashed that one. A good 50 yards in the air almost.
At the 45-yard line in a 7-3 game. Now the clock runs. Let's see if they'll snap it. Weston clapping their hands down to 2-1 and third quarter now done. 3 in the books, and Weston able to dodge a bullet. We head to the fourth quarter right after this with our score. Weston 7, Notre Dame 3. Fourth quarter after this on the HAN Network.
The fall bite is heating up. Albies, bonita, blackfish, alligator blues, and stripers are following the large schools of bait in the Long Island Sound. This is the time to visit the New England coast, and the Dock Shop can get you outfitted with the latest fishing gear, jackets, hats, gloves, and fleece. Boater, beach bum, fishermen simply love the New England coast. This is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, now in 2 locations, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
Fourth quarter beginning from McCarty Stadium. 7-3 our score. And boy, you talk about a big play right there, Mike. That's the biggest one of the afternoon, quite arguably.
Oh, totally. And, if you're Notre Dame, you can't slump the shoulders for too long because they're still only, just inside midfield. 7-3 game. You got to keep them out of field goal range here.
We start the fourth quarter. 12 minutes remaining in this one. A game that has been sluggish to say the least. No score after 1. Then a field goal made it 3-0 with 7:11 to go in the first half. Then a 19-yard touchdown. Lawrence from Frubies. And here, a shotgun snap. They move from right to left, complete to the left side. That looks like Oakes again. Got the same guy on him. Rumbling forward, left sideline.
Oakes took Pavone for a ride there. Got to cash in some tickets usually to take a ride like that. Again, Weston exploiting a little bit of a physical mismatch there.
So the ball down at the Notre Dame 20. Scott Payton will check back in. He'll join Jason Lawrence, who caught the touchdown on the left side. Oakes is to the right, firing right. Almost intercepted as it went through the wickets of Brantley, who didn't expect to all of a sudden see a pigskin hitting that number 1 square.
Hey, Brantley, he took off towards the back of the end zone after that play.
It was either Crumweedy or Oakes who was intending for that ball. 2nd and 10 as they all take a look over to Chris Pace. 29 seconds gone by, fourth quarter. Now with the clouds in effect again, the temperatures drop here and the breeze becomes more apparent. Fruby's waiting, he takes it, looking left all the way, bouncing, throws high, incomplete, intended for Lawrence.
Just the misfire there by Fruby's.
Not quite happy feet for the Weston quarterback, but he was certainly hopping there in the backfield.
He had the foot fire going there.
He sure did.
Third down and 10 for the Trojans from the Notre Dame 20-yard line.
3rd and 10. Notre Dame, a tired football team, but Weston is as well. Notre Dame needs a stop, though. Touchdown here, deadly. Play fake, then they throw left and incomplete.
Well, Notre Dame with defense, they bent, but they didn't break. And now it's going to be up to Richling again, maybe, to possibly extend this lead.
I think you got to try the field goal. The question is, will they? The wind is blowing to our right. That would be the north end zone.
Looks like they're going to go for it here.
It does. Street to our left, to our right, a long touchdown from here is the Merritt Parkway. That is your kind of geographical setup. 4th and 10, shotgun snap. Frubies waits, angling it, fade to the back of the end zone. Lawrence caught, got him, touchdown.
Lawrence just beat Hyde off the line there.
Lawrence from 19 earlier, Lawrence from 20 in the fourth quarter. Second touchdown connection between the two, Frubies and Lawrence.
And again, you go back to Notre Dame, stopping them before the personal foul. They would have been taking over the ball.
Yeah.
Now they find themselves down 10, possibly 11 points here.
Richling for the extra point. Snap is good. Spot kick, end over end, and good. 11:07 to go in the fourth quarter, and now Notre Dame's got to find some offense. It is a 14-3 ball game as we come back right after this on the HAN Network.
When you experience a sports injury, you want to get better and fast. Coastal Ortho Express gives you direct access to orthopedic care quickly. Their physicians are fellowship trained in sports medicine at world-class universities and are also team doctors for area football teams. For specialized personal care of sports injuries, go to Coastal Ortho Express. Open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building, 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or coastalorthoexpress.com. Coastal Orthopedics, keeping you on the move.
Talk about huge drives. This one now everything for Notre Dame back here in Fairfield with Mike Suppe. I'm Rob Adams. Is it too much of a hole at 14-3? No, you can score 2 touchdowns in 11 minutes, but we have yet to see Notre Dame put that kind of drive together, Mike.
Yeah, it's not panic time yet. They got 11 minutes, but I mean, they got to start going quick if they want to make this a game here.
For Notre Dame to receive.
11:07 remaining. Richling ready to kick it off. And the kickoff coming. There's the approach and the kick. Spinning down, 2 players back there. It is taken. Running up the middle, now turning left. It looked like David Daria, the sophomore. Not great field position for the Lancers, now under 11 to play.
Again, you're going to see, will they come out with that full house again, or are they going to try to spread them out a little bit like earlier in the game?
14-3 score. And a first down for the Lancers.
Hyde back under center now.
And the shotgun snap, there it is. Brantley
wide
throws it, he's got a man, and he lost it! At the 46, right through the hands of Brandon White. Now a flag comes in, I think, at the end. Mike is nodding as well. And it's procedure against Notre Dame after all that, so I guess in the end, the muffed pass means nothing.
Still, you got it. That's a wide open catch. You got to hang on to that, penalty or no penalty.
I agree.
I mean, even, it would have wiped it out, but.
At least 7 penalties against the Lancers.
They're shooting themselves in the foot, so
Yeah.
to speak.
I readily admit, if my sunglasses were not prescription, I would take them off by now, because it is rather dark here.
Yeah, I just lost mine, and now I'm adjusting to the new light level.
I can switch to my regular glasses, but
I need those flip-ups.
looking like the days of contacts are over for me. Here is Brantley off the left side, kind of running it up the middle, and then the ball loose. And then he comes over near side. He kept it alive. So nice movement by Brantley in that he controlled, I said ball loose, but in reality, it was Brantley himself who came loose. And again, Mike, he's walking gingerly.
The ball attached to Brantley's arm there, and
Yeah.
again, he comes up a little lame there.
So they're back at the line with a second down. Second and let's call it 10. He looks to throw. He does throw, lobs it, and incomplete. Adaricio didn't look ready for that catch. I mean, he was there, but he just couldn't adjust to it, Mike.
No, he looked like an outfielder going after a ball that he had no chance to catch with just the arm out. But yeah, it was a back shoulder throw, and I don't know, you got to think there might have been a mix-up there.
A third down play coming up. Scoreboard has it as 3rd and 13. Yeah, I guess that does look right from our perspective, Mike.
I'd be lying if I could tell you where exactly the ball was spotted.
Moving to his left is Brantley. Brantley slings it and well over the head of the intended receiver, Adaricio. They're having trouble getting on the same page. It's 4th down.
Yeah, and Brantley's missing high right now with all of his throws.
4th down for Notre Dame. On the Notre Dame
10-10 to play. 14-3 our score. Weston on top and almost appearing to be in control.
They got to like where they're at right now with what they've been able to do defensively.
Punt coming from Bavino. Gets it away, sends it toward the far sideline, takes a nice roll, but it does go out of bounds with 10:02 remaining in the 4th quarter.
Weston could, for all intents and purposes, put this game away here with another score.
Nice to be hanging out near Rocco Veluzzo, who will put the story up at the Weston Forum. Josh Fisher nearby, tweeting away, and as I mentioned, nothing wrong with being a solid utility man, although we all are in a certain regard because we all jump from thing to thing. As Josh handles the social media, but at a moment's notice will also spring into action for one thing or another. Mike and I at times tethered to the microphones. Although Mike more so, as we were dealing with the power situation, I was running around McCarty. You kept us on the air.
Tag me in like a good WWE tag team.
Exactly. Straight up the gut goes Lummis. He will cross midfield into Notre Dame territory.
Now Weston, they can take their time, set their plays. They can huddle up if they want, which doesn't look like they're going to do, but, everything, the clock's in their favor now.
Each team has 3 timeouts remaining, 9:45 to go in the 4th. They whistle, and they take a look. Now they reset, and they wind the clock. Here we go with 9:38 remaining. 14-3 Weston. Can really turn out the lights here. Lummis in the backfield alongside Frubies.
Chris Pace looks like he's ready to get into the play over here.
He's pretty close. He is far off that sideline. Now ready to the ground. Lummis up the middle. Just trying to wear down the defense. Good move there to get down near the 42, let's call it. They'll call it the 39, and again, this is where the PA has got a better view than I do, so we certainly thank him. I'm sure he doesn't even realize he has been an active part of this broadcast.
Unofficial member of the broadcast team.
Absolutely. We adopt anyone, 2nd and 2. Now they're ready. Frubies takes it. Play fake, rolls right. Pursuit coming in, and he's thrown well down. Blitzing in was Bavino. Again, a big play. Look, they need a turnover more so, but that's a nice stop right there.
Yeah, it's the best alternative there. Bavino, hitting him for a big loss there. And that's going to help because that's going to take the run out of the equation here for Weston. Running for a 1st down, I should say. They can still run it, obviously.
First time we've heard a little sound effect. .804 to go in the 4th quarter, 14-3. Breeze again a factor here as it gusts a little bit. And a big 3rd down play. Fruby's ready. Back, looking, stepping, running, rolling, setting, still running. Down he goes. Clyde Ayuba, who's made some nice plays today, throws him down back near the 48.
This is the third sack of the game by my count.
I believe that's true.
Nice game out of the young sophomore.
So Lummis and the kicking team will come on.
Smart move there by Frubies to take the sack instead of trying to force something, because, you know, it's going to take some time off of the clock.
Here
there.
comes the punt. He does get it away. And it looks like Pavone will let it go. It'll take a favorable turn and decent field position, at least from Weston's point of view. Notre Dame's got some work to do with 7:02 to go. They need 2 scores, and they need it fast. 11-point deficit.
It's getting late early, as they say, although nothing about this game feels early.
Yeah. A game that did indeed kick off at 1 o'clock, and normally you can have a ball game over in about 90 minutes to 2 hours. We're well over 2 hours at this point.
Those are the days. Those days are long gone by my count, with the amount of throwing nowadays. But I remember those days fondly. A nice 90-minute high school game.
Oh, so many wing T plays. The game was over before you knew it. Handoff goes left side. They'll try to stay true to the ground. Breaking tackles was Fleming. What Weston likes about that is it just keeps the clock moving.
He can beat 3 guys, but it's tough to beat 3 plus 8.
Yeah. 6:49 to go. .6:39 to go. Pass thrown left side, incomplete. We have to think in terms of a guest postgame, Mike, and I don't know. Jason Lawrence is looking pretty good. Frubies maybe.
Yeah, Lawrence got both the touchdowns. Couldn't
He does.
hurt there. Couldn't hurt to go with the touchdown, man.
So we'll think about that. Rocco Veluzzo and I will work that all out. Mike will help me out as well, and we'll step down onto the field in 6.5 minutes. But of course, Notre Dame's still got a thing or two to say about that.
Yeah, they're not ready to pack it in yet. They got 6:34 left, and they desperately need a first down here.
14-3. Third down, 3rd and a yard from what I can see. It's Brantley himself, left side.
There he
Breaks
goes.
around the left side. Can he beat a man? Brings it back right. Back left he goes. Down to the 17-yard line, and a hard hit at the end. And under the rules, Frubies comes up with no helmet, and Frubies has got to come to the sideline.
You know, just what the doctor ordered for Notre Dame there. Brantley, impressive sophomore. He cutting in and out down the left sideline. And, you know, he's not ready to pack it in yet.
So Frubies will have to come to the sideline for a play. He was immediately replaced by Lawrence. That is part of the concussion rules that have existed for about a year now. 6:15 to go, 4th quarter. 14-3 Notre Dame trying to get on the board. Brantley drops it and falls on it immediately.
And again with Notre Dame, it's a step forward and 2 steps back there.
My goodness, back to the 24.
And again, that's a young team. They'll learn.
They do have 3 timeouts with 5:54 to go in the 4th quarter. 14-3, Notre Dame on top. We saw 50 points put on the board last night. This has not been the prettiest of football games, but it has been competitive.
I'd rather see this than a 50-0 blowout.
5.5 to go. Brantley over the middle. Has Bavino, who grabs it, drops it, incomplete.
Again, the play was there for the taking for Notre Dame as Bavino slams the turf. The ball was in his hands. He bobbled it back up to himself, and I believe that was Peyton came in and knocked the ball away with the arm check.
Yorktown beat John Jay 51-27 last night. That one got ugly to the point of 51-13 after 3. .5:21 to go here, 4th quarter, 14-3 Weston.
You know, Brantley's completion percentage isn't going to be that high, but he's put some balls in there that should have been caught.
Brantley steps up, has got to get rid of it. Just lobs it up, trying to find Bavino, who's got it! Touchdown!
Great job bouncing back there by Bovino. He dropped one that should have been a touchdown. They go back to him, and this time the junior makes the big play, and we got a ball game, Rob.
14-9 on the touchdown toss.
About 18 yards by my count.
From the looks of it, I saw 16.
16?
That's where the sideline guy was.
My mistake. I went from where he dropped the pin.
So now an all-important conversion. And it is important to get it to a field goal.
Be surprised if anyone besides Fleming gets the ball here.
And a whistle and a timeout will be spent. That is the first taken by Notre Dame. 5:11 to go. Mike Bovino, the junior, climbing the ladder. Brantley just lobbed it up, and Bovino able to make the catch. But Brantley, you know, it was a bit of a dangerous throw, Mike.
Yeah, you know, he threw caution into the wind, literally and figuratively there. You know, he put it up for grabs, but he had confidence in, you know, Bovino, who's a big kid out there at about 6'2", 220. He went up there and he pulled it down. And again, like I said, bouncing back from that other one, which, you know, that's going to go down on the stat sheet as a drop. But to come back and haul that one in, that shows, you know, good resolve there by the junior.
Right now, aiming to go for 2. And there's no need to do anything else. I mean, it is the right play because you get it, it's a 3-point game, you're a field goal away. Miss it, it's still a touchdown regardless.
Yeah, and Cellini's shown he can kick the ball, no doubt about it.
It's Bovino running the show. He's got it. Play fake, sets, throws, man open, got him.
Well, I was right about it going to Fleming, but I thought for sure they would have kept it on the ground.
Fleming catches the pass from Bovino. So how about Bovino responsible for 8 points right there? We've got a game with 5:11 to go. The score with 5:11 to play. Weston 14, Notre Dame 11 on the HAN Network.
Football University, the nation's leading football training experience, is now accepting applications for its 2015 camps. Our elite faculty of NFL coaches and top professionals teach position-specific on the field and in the classroom to improve your football IQ and help you reach your full potential as a player. Apply today at footballuniversity.org. Football University, where technique plus talent beats talent alone.
Back at Notre Dame in Fairfield with Mike Suppe, I'm Rob Adams. Rocco Veluzzo sitting alongside of us. Josh Fisher right here over our shoulder. Tracy Iazzi, AJ Szymanowski, Eric Gendron to our right. Shawn Adams in front of us. And a camera crew that includes Sean Saylor, John Kovach, Bill Bloxsom, Marty Hersam. 5:11 remaining, 14-11. Weston with a 3-point lead. And a man deep ready to grab it is Scott Payton. Payton at his own 10. The approach being made by Cellini. He will approach and he will kick it. Spinning over here, right in front of us, it is grabbed by Peter Archar. Breaks across to the 27. That was not the worst idea to kind of hit an up man, see if you can jar it loose.
Yeah, and Char had to drift back on that. Didn't really get to turn his body upfield completely. And, you know, it's that's considered, you know, not good field position for Weston on the 27 compared to where they've started most of their drives.
Now how tired is this Notre Dame defense?
Basically everyone that plays offense for them is out there on the defensive side of the ball.
3-point ball game, 5:04 to go, 2 timeouts for the Lancers, all 3 for the Trojans. Up the middle, they'll just try to wear them down with Lummis to the 31. A short gain, 4:58 to go.
Flag on the play.
And the flag down and against the Trojans. It's a procedure.
Look to maybe decline that if you're Notre Dame.
I think it's a consideration for sure. I think they're going to walk it back, are they? They will. It's a shame as I look across. You know, look, let's be honest. Was this the greatest crowd I've ever seen in high school history? No. The place filled in a bit as the game started. We've had plenty of people here on the Weston side. You know, we were kind of laughing before kickoff saying, oh, well, we won't have that many people over here. They filled in rather nicely. The shame, as I look across, some folks have filed out of here, and that's just too bad.
Totally agree.
Yeah, this is a ball game, and another whistle stops things.
You know, when you got a young rebuilding team like Notre Dame that struggled for the, almost past decade or so, you want to, stick it out here and support them in a close game like that. You got to stay. I understand people have things to do, but don't bail out when they're down 14-3 in the fourth quarter because that's still a game.
It's really not like you're going to struggle to get out of here traffic-wise. Might take you 5 minutes, maybe. Shotgun snap, Frubies, sets, throws over the middle, got him in! Jason Lawrence with a monster catch at the 40.
Lawrence has really showed himself in the second half here, the 6'2" junior. He's making some plays for the Trojans.
Number 8 gets a fresh set of downs. A first down at the Weston 41. A backbreaker, especially after the penalty. First down at the 41. 4.5 to go. Frubies obviously will be in no rush to snap it. He's going to wait as long as he can to get the indication. Now he gets the 5-second indication. And he takes it. Does give it off. Almost looked like he initially and Loomis kind of collided. Almost a bit of a struggle for that handoff, Mike, as it went inside.
Yeah, and I think big number 70, Trenton Gardner there on Notre Dame, he went right to the ball to try to rip it out as soon as Loomis got there. But Loomis covered it up, and he's able to keep that ball.
It's a loss of 2 back to the 39. Second down and 12.
Again, some communication problems with Weston here. Guys switching wristbands, running in and out.
Oakes comes back off as he ran a wristband on, and he comes right back off. 3.5 to go. 14-11. Weston on top. Frubies to throw left. He's got a man who breaks a tackle left sideline. Crumweedy will take it, and this one is done.
Had single coverage on the outside. Cromedy caught it, bounced off a tackler, and took it right to the house. No laundry on the field either.
Thomas Crumweedy from 61 out. Spell it Krumwide. IEDE. Spelling it for Josh Fisher, spelling it for all of you as well. Crumweedy from 61. And the extra point coming up.
After a game where neither team could do much offensively, the fourth quarter has turned into some offensive fireworks here.
3:21 to play. 20-11 right now, extra point pending. On is Richling for the try. Out of the hold of Fruby. Snap is good spot. It is blocked.
I don't. If that was blocked, I don't think that was clearing Weston's offensive
No,
line.
not really.
That was the opposite of high, wide, and handsome there. That was low driven and right into the gut.
All right, 3:21 to go. It's a 9-point game. 2 scores now for Notre Dame. Weston leads 20-11. We're out. We come back right after this. 9-point game, 3:21 to go on the HAN Network.
When you experience a sports injury, you want to get better and fast. Coastal Ortho Express gives you direct access to orthopedic care quickly. Their physicians are fellowship trained in sports medicine at world-class universities and are also team doctors for area football teams. For specialized personal care of sports injuries, go to Coastal Ortho Express. Open Monday through Saturday in the iPark Building, 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or coastalorthoexpress.com. Coastal Orthopedics, keeping you on the move.
3:21 remaining fourth quarter. Well, Notre Dame with some work to do if they want the fantastic finish.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to probably not be able to run it as much as they'd like to. Chasing 10 or a 9-point deficit here with 3:21 left to play.
The kickoff being approached now. Richling will put it in the air. Cheating is Notre Dame as they've come well up and it's kicked well out of bounds.
Not even close.
Nope. That was not exactly what Weston wanted. Again, look, I love being in a press box. I will never argue that. I love the press box perspective and all. But one thing I really did love about this experience of being low and close to the field is just being able to kind of watch and eavesdrop on the coaches today.
Yeah, they weren't too happy about that kickoff there.
They sure were not. 3:21 remaining. And that's part of it. You didn't use up any clock right there. However, Notre Dame says, no. We'll take the ball all over again. Kick it off again. They don't often accept the penalty, but they do here. If you were wondering, no, today is not Flag Day. It just feels like it. Kickoff once again coming. Richling makes the approach, and there is the kick. This time it's short, bounces around, and it's picked up. Notre Dame moving right through, finding an opening across the 40, across the 30. See you later. There's your answer with 3:14 to go. Touchdown, Brandon White.
Win, lose, or draw, you gotta like the fight in the Lancers today. Nice call by the coaching staff there, too, to make him re-kick it. He pooched it right down the center, Richling. White came up, played it on a hop, and took it right to the house.
Extra point try coming up to make it a 2-point game, and still 3:10 to play.
Clock hasn't been running.
Point after try, and now a whistle. I don't know how coaches have voices, by the way.
Lots of probably cough drops in their medicine cabinets.
Flag on the play, 12 men in the field for Trojan.
And by the way, Mike, I'll spend just an extra second on this. Overtime, Auburn survives 27-20 over Jacksonville State. Back here for an extra point with 3:10 to go. Snap low, but good. Spot kick. It's a bullet, but it is good with a flag down. So hold the phone for a moment. Looked like there might have been some kind of a roughing at the end of the play.
Oh, no doubt about that, Rob. That was a straight smash in.
All right. That seems to be apparent, but I'll pause to take the break. Let's watch what's going on here.
Looks like they're going to be assessing it on the kickoff.
That would make sense. All right, that's what's going to happen. 3:10 to go. Notre Dame has cut the deficit to 20-18.
Weston's coaching staff arguing that he was pushed into the kicker, and the refs are saying they're having none of that.
All right, 20-18, Weston up 2. Back for a big kickoff with 3:10 to go after this on the HAN Network.
Carl Chevrolet is proud to sponsor HAN Network's coverage of the area's best high school sports. No matter the sport, competition in the FCIAC is spirited, so get out and cheer on your favorite team. If you can't make it to the game, be sure to bring HAN Network with you to keep up with the action. Visit Carl Chevrolet in New Canaan or online at carldirect.com.
All right, a big possession coming up here, Mike Suppe.
Yeah, and again, I mean, we got ourselves a 2-point game here with 3:10 left and 2 timeouts from Notre Dame. They're going to need to get, they force a 3 and out. They're going to be cooking with gas here.
And again, I don't mean to offend anyone. I'm sure you got late afternoon shopping plans over at the mall in Trumbull, or you're going to dinner on Black Rock Turnpike, but at the same time, my goodness, shame on you for leaving. It's a 2-point ball game with 3:10 to go. Hopefully you went and found a computer so you could watch the end with us. Or a smartphone, or a tablet. Got that new big iPad coming out. Probably look gorgeous on the new iPad that's coming out. Of course, it's not out yet. Kickoff coming. Here it is. Little bouncer, a squibber that went right to Frubies. Played it safe, Mike.
Yep, probably the smart play there. Again, they saw what just happened when you pooch it to the center of the field.
3:09 to go, fourth quarter, 20-18. Weston up 2. Really thought that the lights got turned out on the 61-yard Crumweedy catch and run, but the quick answer on the kickoff return by Brandon White.
And you know what? Probably everybody in the stadium, except for those guys on the far sideline, probably thought the game was over at that point. But you don't take anything for granted in this sport.
But 3:09 in a 2-point game is a lifetime. Weston will start the ball on their own 33. They'll move from right to left. They lead 20-18, 3:09 to go. Staying in the spread, and the timeout will be spent right here with a flag down. Did the timeout happen?
Looked like a flinch on Weston.
They called for the timeout, and the flag will go into effect.
Appeared to be the center that flinched the ball there when he grabbed it. It's a no-no. Again, penalties really coming back to bite Weston late in this game.
I've got 15 penalties total in the ball game. I would certainly, and that's accepted. There were more than that. 1st and 15. Quick throw over the middle. It is complete across the 30 to the 31. Not back to the original line of scrimmage, though, as he went to Getz, the junior.
Again, Notre Dame will sign for those.
And now a timeout will be spent. 2:53 to go.
They let a good 10 seconds run off the clock before they called that timeout.
They did. They sure did.
I was thinking, immediately off the bat, I would have had that timeout probably called in right there too. Some coaches will save it for the back end of the drive, but again, after a 1st and 15 and a short gain on a pass right there, call the timeout. You try to get the ball back with as much time as you can.
.253 remaining. Weston 20, Notre Dame 18. Post-game show coming up in 2:53. At one point, we had a post-game guest all figured out, all ready to go. Who did we say it was
going to be?
Normally, I don't give that information away, but I kind of was leaning toward Jason Lawrence to be our post-game guest with the 2 touchdown catches.
He was looking like a good bet at 14-3, but now at 20-18, I mean, Crumweedy has the go-ahead touchdown as it stands. Mr. Frubis has 3 touchdown passes and a handful of stops on defense.
Rocco Veluzzo, Mike Suppe, and myself will figure that out in 2:53 because barring a safety, we're going to have a winner. A safety would be the only thing that would turn this into overtime. I suppose anything's possible. 2:53 to go. Frubies is going to throw the screen to the near side, and Lawrence down to a knee. He's going to go back to the 29, and you talk about a huge 3rd down play coming up, Mike. It's coming right here with 2:42 to go.
Yep, it looks like Notre Dame is going to save their last time out here and try to play it straight up.
It becomes a 3rd and 14 at the 29. Ball game over, you would say, if they can get to the 43, with the exception of that 1 timeout. 2:20 to go. Clock running. There's the snap. Frubies looks, throws, got him in, slides down across the 30, across the 40, excuse me. The catch made by Peyton. Did he slide for enough for the first down?
Well, they would mark him where his knee hit, this being high school.
I agree. The timeout with the clock stopped with 1:59. It is short of the first down.
Big decision here for Weston. Big decision coming up.
I agree. And I don't think it is the automatic just punt it away and let your defense do the job.
No, because you need about, a yard or less to end this game.
He is standing with that marker on the 42. It is, for my money, about a solid yard to the 43 for the first down.
Decisions.
Timeout, Notre Dame.
All right, let me throw a headset on you. You're already wearing one. Would you go for it?
Armchair quarterback, my call would be to go for it here. Because even if you turn it over Notre Dame, they haven't really displayed a big strike offense. You'd still, have a good 40 yards buffer there. And, play it out. Let your defense play it out. But this is, it looks like they're going to go for it.
It does. So. Their running game has not been fantastic. The key man to keep an eye on is number 44, Bobby Lummis, who goes and taps each member of his offensive line. He gets him in the backfield alongside of Alexander Frubis, who looks things over. 4th and a yard and a timeout. They were trying to get Notre Dame to jump, and they did not even flinch. Very interesting. So again, that ball tantalizingly close to a first down and ball game over.
About a length of a football there.
$159. $119 seconds for someone to win this ball game.
We've been here for 3 hours and change, and almost 3 hours. What's another minute and 59 seconds?
Exactly. The timeouts all spent, at least from Notre Dame's point of view. Weston has 2 remaining.
Interesting. Here, go ahead.
1:59 to go, Mike. Frubis does take it, rolls to the right, still rolling. Still pursuit, around the edge. He's got the first down.
I thought maybe with Lummis being the punter and him lined up so tight in the backfield, a possible rollout punt, but I was wrong.
The ball will go to the 44, almost edging the 45, and the victory formation will come into play in a moment. Staying in shotgun right now is Frubies with 1:33 to play. Secure. Oh, and a jump on the line is going to cost. What I started to say is securing that ball, especially when you stay in shotgun, is just huge right now.
But they put the cart before the horse there.
Sure did. Now they are huddling up, are the officials. 1:21 on the clock, 20-18, and the flag against Notre Dame.
All right, great. No problem. Thank you.
Penalty number 8 against the Lancers with 1:21 remaining. Frubies will stay in shotgun. Lummis alongside of him. Down to 112. Keep an eye on the back judge. Now the 5-second indication. Frubies takes it. He'll run it himself, running it up the middle, spins around, holds onto it, and we're under a minute to go.
Gotta wonder why they just didn't take the knee there, to be honest.
That's what I'm wondering.
Unnecessarily playing with fire there.
Across the midfield stripe, 40 seconds to go. 2-point ball game, 20-18. Now they finally gather around in the victory formation. And that's enough to get people heading toward the exits. And there is the knee with 21 to go. And that'll be enough to start the celebration for the Weston Trojans. The clock has stopped, now it has started, and that will do it.
As one of the Weston assistants launches the headset, which was caught by the team trainer, it appears. A little design play there.
This turned out to be a fun ball game. Again, you're never going to talk about how brilliant it was, at least on the field, but it was fun to watch. The final score, 20-18 in favor of the Weston Trojans. They get the 2-point win, and this one in the books. They're 1-0 on the year as Notre Dame drops to 0-1.
Notre Dame displayed a good fighting Lancer performance there, but coming off a 1-10 season, Weston looking to improve on last year's 5-6 mark. They they came in here on the road into McCarty Stadium, and they did what they had to do. They picked up the victory.
And with all that said, we'll get ready to get down to the field and get our post-game guests. The final score at McCarty Stadium in Fairfield. Weston knocks off Notre Dame 20-18. We're back for the recap after this on the HAN Network.
While the temperatures are cooling down, the fall bite is heating up. Albies, bonita, blackfish, alligator blues, and stripers are following the large schools of bait that are abundant in the Long Island Sound. If you love the New England coast during autumn, this is the time to be on the water. The latest from Shimano, Quantum, Avet, Hoagie, Phase 2 and more are in stock and ready to go at the Dock Shop. And don't mind those fall breezes with jackets, hats, gloves, and fleece from Grundens and Stormer. The Dock Shop will keep you warm and dry. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, now in 2 locations, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
When you experience a sports injury, you want to get better and fast. Coastal Ortho Express gives you direct access to orthopedic care quickly. Their physicians are fellowship trained in sports medicine at world-class universities and are also team doctors for area football teams. For specialized personal care of sports injuries, go to Coastal Ortho Express, open Monday through Saturday in the iPark Building, 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or coastalorthoexpress.com. Coastal Orthopedics, keeping you on the move.
Football University, the nation's leading football training experience, is now accepting applications for its 2015 camps. Our elite faculty of NFL coaches and top professionals teach position-specific on the field and in the classroom to improve your football IQ and help you reach your full potential as a player. Apply today at footballuniversity.org. Football University, where technique plus talent beats talent alone.
Carl Chevrolet is proud to sponsor HAN Network's coverage of the area's best high school sports. No matter the sport, competition in the FCIAC is spirited, so get out and cheer on your favorite team. If you can't make it to the game, be sure to bring HAN Network with you to keep up with the action. Visit Carl Chevrolet in New Canaan or online at carldirect.com.
Back to school means back to busy, and Stewart's Market can save you precious time by stocking all of your favorite essentials under one roof. For a healthy start to school, we have all the ingredients. Walter Stewart's, your family-owned fresh local market, 229 Elm Street and at stewartsmarket.com. Highcote Rockefeller Estate is Westchester County's top cultural attraction and is now open for the season. Don't miss out. Go online to hudsonvalley.org to plan your visit. Take a drive out to beautiful Sleepy Hollow, New York, and enjoy Highcote's stunning architecture, breathtaking gardens, expansive art galleries, and commanding Hudson River views. From world-class art by Picasso and Warhol to expertly tended gardens, there's something for everyone. Highcote Rockefeller Estate, a National Trust for Historic Preservation landmark. Alliance. We are an industry leader in coordinating transportation for large events such as corporate road shows, conferences, and special events. Our team of experts understands the dynamics and logistics of high-pressure situations and complex arrangements, all within a rapidly changing environment. Since 1999, we have added charter jets, event management, and personal protection to our range of services. Mention this ad for $25 off your next round-trip reservation. Alliance and you. Together, we can achieve the extraordinary. 855-546-6996 or alliancelimo.com.
The fall bite is heating up. Albies, bonita, blackfish, alligator blues, and stripers are following the large schools of bait in the Long Island Sound. This is the time to visit the New England coast, and the Dock Shop can get you outfitted with the latest fishing gear, jackets, hats, gloves, and fleece. Boater, beach bum, fishermen simply love the New England coast. This is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, now in 2 locations, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
It'll be up.
Back here at Notre Dame in Fairfield, I'm Rob Adams, Mike Suppe, our entire crew here. I've grabbed the post-game guest following what turned out to be a more exciting win than possibly Weston would have preferred. 20-18, they get the win. Jason Lawrence with 2 touchdown catches. Tell me what went right out there today.
Well, I mean, we started off slow, scoring 0 points in the first half. I don't even know if we got a single first down in the first half. But, you know, I mean, when we needed the big plays, we got them. And a lot of guys stepped up in the second half. Coach was always talking about leadership, and I think out there in the second half, we proved that we can be leaders out there.
What about your quarterback? I thought he played well. He hung in there all day.
Alex played a great game out there. I mean, he made a lot of big throws, a lot of big reads. He had a great game.
And the play right here at the end to get the first down. From your perspective, what did you see?
I mean, it was a pretty well-thrown ball, getting away from all the defenders, and I just reached out and made a grab, and it was a big catch, first down, which sealed the deal for us, really.
Now, how does the season line up for you guys? You know, you take this win, you follow the momentum, but, you know, momentum in so many ways means nothing. So how did things go for you?
It's week 1. We were going to make mistakes. We did make mistakes, but we need to start building on what we did today to bring it into the next few weeks. We got some tougher opponents next week up against Coach Lato and Masick, and I mean, it's a big game for us next week. If we win that one, we could use a lot of momentum going into the rest of the season.
Great job by you. Great job by this Trojan team to hang in there and get the victory today, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right, Jason with us here on the post-game show. 20-18, the final score. We come back and wrap it up from Fairfield right after this on the HAN Network.
When you experience a sports injury, you want to get better and fast. Coastal Ortho Express gives you direct access to orthopedic care quickly. Their physicians are fellowship trained in sports medicine at world-class universities and are also team doctors for area football teams. For specialized personal care of sports injuries, go to Coastal Ortho Express. Open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building, 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or coastalorthoexpress.com. Coastal Orthopedics, keeping you on the move.
Football University, the nation's leading football training experience, is now accepting applications for its 2015 camps. Our elite faculty of NFL coaches and top professionals teach position-specific on the field and in the classroom to improve your football IQ and help you reach your full potential as a player. Apply today at footballuniversity.org. Football University, where technique plus talent beats talent alone.
Carl Chevrolet is proud to sponsor HAN Network's coverage of the area's best high school sports. No matter the sport, competition in the FCIAC is spirited, so get out and cheer on your favorite team. If you can't make it to the game, be sure to bring HAN Network with you to keep up with the action. Visit Carl Chevrolet in New Canaan or online at carldirect.com.
Back for a final time at McCarty Stadium in Fairfield on the campus of Notre Dame Catholic High School with Mike Suppe. I'm Rob Adams. And look, no score after 1, 3-0 at halftime, Mike. Even 7-3 at the end of 3. And then all of a sudden, we had a heck of a fourth quarter here.
Yeah, the fourth quarter turned into a shootout, and Weston made a few more plays down the stretch than Notre Dame was able to make.
But still, Notre Dame hung around. At 20-18, there was still a chance late.
Yep, and like I said, Weston, they were able to make those plays down the stretch to keep Notre Dame from completing the comeback all the way from trailing 14-3 down to 2018 and just couldn't get over the top there.
And I think we've just called a quick audible here. I think Rocco has grabbed one more guest for us. So, Rocco, if you've got him, let's bring him in. Michael, stick around as well.
Okay, Chris, with today, I know it wasn't the prettiest of games. I mean, there were a lot of mistakes on both teams. It was like total of, 16 accepted penalties, I think, according to our stats. But the guys didn't let them get it down. They just came out in the second half, with some spark and took it from there.
No, I think that we would just persevere through everything. First half, defensively was great for us. Offensively, we really couldn't get much going. We made some adjustments at halftime, but in reality, we just needed some guys to step up. And second half, we had plenty of guys stepping up for us, and that's the beauty of this program. It's a different guy every time, and they know that it's going to take all 27 of our guys to win a football game, and that's what happened today.
Now, you say Zach got injured in the first half. What's his status? Yeah.
It's a little unsure right now. We're going to get him checked out, get him healthy. That's our number one concern. But, he's obviously a big part of our offense and defense. But, again, we had guys just step in on the offensive line and middle back. I mean, those are some two bruising kids. They got four guys that are going to run you over. They're not looking to make cuts. They're going to look to run me over. And Zach's a big-time player for us. He's led our team in tackles for 2 years. But, again, guys stepped up for us in the second half. I mean, we gave up one offensive touchdown and a pass for the most part. I mean, we bent a little bit, but we didn't break. I mean, they had a 50-yard run, but they didn't end up punching it in. I'm so proud of our guys for not giving in and not folding to some of that, some of the diversity and adversity. And, it's just so proud of these guys.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Chris. Thank you.
Rocco, I thank you very much as we come back for a final moment here just to kind of run down the scoring quickly. Ryan Salini, a field goal in the second quarter, made it 3-0. Then Jason Lawrence, touchdown catches of 19 and 20 yards, made it 14-3. As we headed into the fourth quarter, Mike Bavino, a 16-yard touchdown catch. Then Crumweedy from 61 yards out, and Brandon White, a kickoff return that made it 20-18. It got close at the end, but in the end, Notre Dame could not make the comeback. Weston gets out of here with the victory, 20-18. We remind you our next broadcast comes your way. We will be at Brian McMahon High School on Tuesday as we get the soccer season going with some girls soccer right here on the HAN Network. Boys soccer next week, I believe, on Thursday as well. And then Friday to football we go from the FCIAC as it will be Ridgefield hosting New Canaan. Big week coming up right here on the HAN Network. But that'll do it from Notre Dame High School on the campus of Notre Dame in Fairfield. We thank everybody here for having us out for this Saturday afternoon. The final score one more time. Weston knocks off Notre Dame 20-18. For our entire crew, including Rocco Veluzzo, my partner Mike Suppe on the call today, I'm Rob Adams. Hope you enjoyed it. We look forward to talking with you next time. Weston gets the win. They're 1-0, 20-18 over Notre Dame of Fairfield. From Notre Dame Catholic High School, have a good afternoon, everyone. So long.